Well, welcome back to Nova Nostria, everyone. First of all, I want to thank you for returning, not only to the same world, but the fact that my three OG players wanted to return to their characters was super, super cool. As you know, Jane is not here at the top of the session. Zana will be joining later on, and there's actually going to be some fun one-off episodes specifically for Zana's character. But I will go ahead and instead of relitigating the entirety of last campaign, I went ahead and just made some important little notes of points of interest to help sort of refresh the original three players, but then also give some context to the two new players who will be joining us. So this is what I wrote. So this story takes place in the kingdom of Nova Nostria. It is peacetime, though every once in a while a fight will break out near the border of the Highguard Empire. The current ruling monarch is King Haemond II, who took over for his mother Anata after her death. She was responsible for bringing all the city-states under the heel of Devier, the capital city. She did this using military force under the command of men like Thracius Tau, also known as the Butcher, who led bloody campaigns during the Shepherd's War. The Shepherd's War occurred roughly 30 years ago, but the little village of Montrace remembers. Montrace was where our previous story took place. While our players were there, they helped the town in numerous ways. They also learned many things and met many new people. Here are some points of interest. The players met Philip Alacrin, whose brother had gone to Evren to learn how to repair machines so he could come home and fix their family mill. The players also met Thesper Blythe, the owner of the Montrace Sundries, who asked the players to go to the supposedly cursed Valley of Bones to retrieve a copper amulet that his sister presumably died with during the Second Battle of Montrace. This was difficult because Thracius Tau burned the bodies of his soldiers and the shepherds to make retrieving their dead impossible. It was here that Zana discovered that she had the uncanny ability to restore objects that had obtained magical curses over time. After talking with Treese, the priestess of the Church of Joaquin, Marko obtained a book about dragons of myth who seemingly appear and reappear throughout history. Evren received a letter that explained that the researcher from Evren, whose sleeve she'd lit on fire, had made full recovery, though the Gnome no longer trusts her Druid circle as they did before. So, first and foremost, what I'm going to do is move... you should be seeing the map, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
Continent map.
Good. Well, it pleases me, hopefully, if I can figure out how to do it, to show you the new map.
Oh, the world expands.
I
So
made this map
cute.
a long time ago and then proceeded to forget that I had made it. There was a moment where I was like, oh, wow, it's time for the next campaign. I really need to make a new map. And then I went on to Roll20 and was like, I did this months ago. So there's the map.
Amazing. I like it.
So basically catching up with where we ended the previous campaign. It was Marko, Zana, and Evren riding with Eustace and Colton and Zwara, two guards, and they were just making their way through the hills and the valleys in and around Montrace. Now, it's about a 2-day travel from Montrace to Evren, roughly, give or take, barring any stops and stuff like that. But before we catch up with our players, we are going to rewind the clock just a little bit. Melina.
Yes.
There was such pandemonium in the tent. The center support post of the big top split with a violent crack that sounded like lightning. People began running. They fled in terror out and onto the carnival grounds. You stand, frozen in shock for half a moment, until you hear a small voice shriek for help. There's a child trapped under the wooden bleachers. You feel pulled toward the inner lake. Its waters beckoning. But before your consciousness drifts, You see a massive giant clad in ill-fitting armor and a diminutive gnome with fiery hair grab the child and pull them out, while a dark-haired Aasimar punches the air and sends a burst of wind up towards the support post. Then, you hear the voice from deep inside. "Don't just stand there. Move!" Melina, your legs unlock, and you sprint towards the back of the crowd exiting the tent. Then you see it. A woman with black hair on the ground, with people stumbling and scrambling over her to escape. She tries to get up, but is repeatedly pushed back down by the flood of bodies running past. We will come back to you.
Okay.
She was there the whole time. Oh,
What? What did you say?
they're there the whole time.
Ah, yes, indeed. Indeedy do. Indeed. All right. Nick. We now turn over to your perspective in time and in a different place. How in the world are you supposed to think about your studies right now? How long before your family was told about your infraction? Would it be better to run away than to stand before the professors, to suffer under their rude, wrinkly gaze? Today was the first day that you're permitted to leave your dorm room, the first day without mandatory confinement, and yet you shudder at the thought of walking down the halls. Your comrades abandoned you, taking no responsibility, though in your heart you know that you were the one responsible. Yet the fact that your two co-conspirators moved to different quarters was a painful sting, a final humiliation. Well, at least Prima, your roommate, told the professor where you'd gone. You can't believe that you're grateful for Prima Lochran, some dwarf bumpkin from the sticks, still trying desperately to befriend you. He never shuts up about his sister back home, his inventions, or his dreams, but it'd be awfully quiet without him there. He leaps down from the top bunk, stretches, then says, "Good morning to be alive, isn't it, Ed? I mean Burrows." You told him not to call you Ed anymore, but that's what he'd been used to. Annie, we're back to you.
Okay.
"Help her," the voice urges. What do you do?
I'm going to listen and I'm going to try to get her up.
Okay. So this woman is sort of been knocked prone pretty much, with all people just running past her. So explain to me kind of what your plan is.
I'm going to reach out my hand and grab her like arm or something and try to pull her up.
Okay, go ahead, roll me. I will say, roll me a strength check with advantage.
Oh, okay. Cool. You just straight strength?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. 18.
Okay, excellent. So you deftly grab hold of this woman's arm and you lift her up, sort of blocking her from getting pushed down again by the people who are running. And she manages to stand up. Melina, the woman you helped stumbles out of the tent, but turns her freckled face to you with gratitude in her eyes. You turn just in time to see a luminescent figure running towards the exit with a small bundle over her shoulder. It's Eustace, that gnome cannonball. You shield your eyes from the dust that flies up into the air as the big top tent finally collapses. You see townsfolk and your fellow performers gathered in little groups, some silent, others catching their breath. You see the woman you helped approach an older shepherd with pointed ears, who upon seeing her yells out, "Selena! Thank the gods you're safe!" You see your Carney family all around. It looks like everyone made it out, all thanks to those strangers. When everyone else was running, they were helping. You hear the voice say, "We should find them. Where'd they go?" Then you see your magic teacher, an albino tiefling, staring off in the direction of the field beyond the sad remains of the tent. Maybe he knows where those three went.
Melina's gonna go over. Hello.
Heck yeah. All right. So you are approaching Gammon White, the magician, and
Mm-hmm.
again, Gammon's sort of just staring off into space, and it looks like his eyes are sort of trailing someone, like just following, like picking through the crowd. And it takes you a second to like sort of get his attention, and then he turns and looks at you and says, "Oh, thank goodness you're okay. Are you all right? Were there any problems? No broken bones or anything?"
No, I just helped. What was her name? Celine?
Selena, yeah.
I just helped Selena. She was getting trampled by a bunch of people.
Oh, good job. Sorry, I was looking to check to see if somebody was okay, but I can't seem to. I don't know where they went. I think they went off towards the fields.
Who are you even looking for?
Oh, just my dance partner. Just wanted to make sure she got out okay.
Ooh, your dance partner? Okay. Maybe I could look for her.
He shoots you a glance and blushes slightly. And then said, "Look, I only just met her, all right? I just wanted to make sure she was okay. I think she and her friends, there's a big guy and I don't know how else to describe her, a lady who glows. I think they went off that way towards the field."
Well, I guess I gotta find them for you. Melina goes towards the field.
Okay. We will then cut away. Brilliant. Lovely. Well done. Back to your character, Nick. You force yourself out of bed, noticing just how large a distance it is between the bed and the floor. Prima looks down at you with a crooked smirk. He was annoying at times, but so painfully sincere. "Can I get you anything? You name it. I know. I'll shadow you today. I can say I'm doing a research paper on runaway magic. Anybody gives you trouble over the other night, and I'll knock them down for you."
I'm short, not invalid.
Yes.
So your room is open to you. All right. So the way that I have this written down is, what are you taking with you to help you face the day as you're getting ready?
Let's see. Obviously, need to have my handy dandy spell book.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have it.
Also,
Yeah.
making sure that I keep my rapier on me. I imagine that it's not a very common thing to see around here, but as a noble, it's important to keep up appearances.
Mm-hmm.
And quills, ink, whatever I would need for a day
Mm-hmm.
in the school of magic.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. That is perfect. This dorm is not super big, and even though, Prima's kind of in the middle of the room, so you still have to sort of maneuver around him to get all your stuff. But you arm yourself with everything that you need for the day. So, armed with this, you take a deep breath and step out into the hallway. Thank the divines you're an early riser. Maybe you won't even have to interact with any of the students. Rounding the corner, you see a girl carrying a stack of tomes. She eyes you up and down as she passes and blocks your path. "Hey, Scales, you tell Edmond that he deserves whatever illness he faces for going into Carlisle's study. It used to be a fun spot, but now no one will let us in there." You have a sinking feeling that nobody was going to forget about the other night, nor the curses that now permeated the old clock tower at the top of the school. Old Simeon Carlisle's room was dangerous before, but now it was a magical wound, dripping with arcane energies. What have you done? Switching back to Annie.
Yes.
The local peacekeeper caught up with the three strangers, and it didn't seem a good time to disturb them. The night passed. The following day passed. Then the next morning, you observe a funeral procession from the carnival grounds while the performers packed up their belongings. Then you spot them again. The tall fellow, the fiery gnome, and the pale, shiny lady. You know it's against Rishka's wishes to go into town, but you want so badly to speak with these odd strangers who don't quite fit in anywhere they go. You know the feeling. Choosing your moment, you wait until the funeral concludes, and you make your way to the Groggy Bee, the local inn and tavern. As you approach the building, you hear a bright voice say, "Who are you talking to?" You peer over the windowsill as the low, rumbly voice of the giant replies, just this voice in my head. I gotta figure out what's going on with that." The giant, with the purple dragon mark, sits occupied with his breakfast as his companions sit confused. The more they talk about his strange situation, the greater your urge to ask the giant about the voice becomes. Switching back to Nick. A student and his friends watch you make your way across the hall. The one in front walks up to you. "So, I guess life will be a little easier for you now, huh, Scales, what with your master being sick and all? Believe me, if there's any justice in this world, the council will expel him outright. His parents can't help him out of this one. If you find yourself looking for work, come find me. I could always use another servant to help me with notes for my research." His words hurt. Just how bad was your mistake? Could it be undone? Would you be expelled? What would your family say the next time they saw you? Maybe the council could offer some sort of solution. This seems unlikely to you. You think back to a few nights ago. Your memory, though a bit spotty, still maintains the visage of a copper-colored dragon with a face white like paper. The bared teeth fused in a haunting grin as it bellows through the halls of your mind. "Bathe in your wish, little one. Suffer this rebuke, arrogant hatchling, and dare not disturb me again until such time as humility has softened your soul." This was the last thing you heard before it all went dark. That was when you heard those cowards take flight from behind the door. They didn't even carry you away from the large pink scrying stone. They simply ran and told the night watchman. Truly incredible how much a life could change in a few days. All right. We now catch up with Marko, Zana, and Evren, sitting in the back of a prisoner transport, now technically no longer a prisoner transport. Colton and Zwara are sitting up front with Eustace, seeing as how there's no reason for them to be back there guarding you anymore. Again, as mentioned before, it's about 2 days' journey from Montrace to Evren. And since you guys left Montrace in the morning, we'll say that it's getting to be towards evening time, the first day of travel. The landscape has changed significantly out of the pasture lands and into an area with much more rocks. The Royal Mountains that are in between Montrace and Devier, you have to go past sort of where some of the mountain range ends. And so there's a lot more rocks, a lot more boulders, and the ground becomes much more hard and covered in gravel, and it's just not nearly as pretty as the area of Montrace. But Evren, you would know just the feeling in your bones that you're headed roughly in the direction of Stokebolt Woods. And that feeling alone is just like the most invigorating feeling to you, is that you can feel that you're getting closer and closer to home. And again, since one of our players isn't here to RP, I will do my best. But in the moment, Zana is sitting cross-legged and is just sort of, just has her eyes closed and appears to be doing some sort of meditation. But with that, I turn the RP over to Marko and Evren. And again, if you have any questions, you can engage me as Zana.
Okay.
But in the moment, she's preoccupied.
Okay, good to know. It's gonna be weird not being there. I mean, I'm excited to be closer to home, but I don't know. Spent so much time there. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I would feel relieved, but I think our work is just starting.
Yeah, especially if rumors spread fast outside of Montrace like they did within it.
Well, I hope so. You did a great job. So did Zana.
Oh, I think we all did.
Yeah.
Definitely a rough start, but got there eventually.
Definitely happy we're sticking together as a team. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows what we'll do next?
Probably more trouble if I had to guess, but we'll see.
Well, hopefully everything stays perfectly legal.
Yeah, hopefully. I think she'll look over at Zana and just kind of like stare at her for a minute, not say anything to her or anything. Be like, "What do you
Do you
think?
think we should bother her?
Probably
She
not.
looks.
I mean, she looks like she's
She whips her
meditating."
head around and says,
Oh,
"Oh, you can totally talk to me right now if you want."
I I think Evren just kind of like stops, like, I was not expecting that.
always full of surprises, Zana.
Yeah. Sorry,
Well,
Zana.
now that I'm out of my, meditation, I can say thank you both. That was really nice what you said about me.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, Marko said it, but yeah. No, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go back to meditating now.
Okay.
Don't have any fun without me.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
Oh, we wouldn't dream of it.
And then she turns back around and closes her eyes.
I still owe you some druidic training, don't I? Turns back to Marko. If that's something
if
you're
ready to
still...
teach me, I'll try my best to keep up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we could do basic stuff. Like druidcraft, mending. Start small, build up to it. It's how I was taught. It seems to be working, so. You still have to teach me giant, though. What was the deal?
Okay.
I'm probably going to be really bad at it, so don't make... Well, you can make fun of me. It's fine.
Well, you're definitely going to want to have some tea ready.
Okay.
Because if your throat's not ready and you're not, like me, you could really damage something.
At that exact moment, Eustace pops his head through the little canvas flap that separates the front from the back, and he just says, "Somebody mentioned tea?
Do you have some?
Do I have some? I mean, if this wasn't a prisoner transport, you might as well call this a tea transport."
Okay.
Well, if you're offering, that's too kind.
Tea is one of my many passions.
What's your favorite?
Oh, that's so difficult. There's so many of them.
How about favorite black tea? We'll start there.
Ooh, I do like a Calidorma Black.
Do you have that?
Yeah, can we try it?
Yeah,
Yep.
I would love to
Sure,
try it.
Yeah, hold on. And then you hear Eustace say, "Whoa!" And the cart sort of slowly goes to a halt. And you hear his little feet hit the ground. And he pads over to the little luggage area underneath. And you hear some wooden flaps come down. And then you hear him sort of rustling around. And then you hear the latches get done back up. And he goes around back, looks at Zana, who's just sort of sitting there, eyes closed, spaced off, and sort of leans around her to look at you guys and says, "Here you go." And he tosses in just like a tiny little wood box.
Oh,
Do you have
amazing.
Is there any cups or water for this?
Oh yeah, we can brew some up when we stop for the evening once we make our campfire.
Okay, fair enough.
Wow, this is just really nice, I'll tell you what. It's really amazing to be able to take these breaks and not have anything pressing to worry about. This is
Marko,
really a nice change of pace.
Marko, you're gonna jinx us. I hope you know that.
Well, I mean, nothing lasts forever. But at least for now,
Sure, yeah.
Melina, I would like you to roll a stealth check.
Okay. You said just stealth?
Yep, stealth.
Yeah. Shit. I have disadvantage on that. That's going to be 13.
Okay. With a 13, Eustace still chatting with Marko and Evren. All of a sudden, again, about this time, this is about the time in the evening when like fireflies are starting to come out. It's dusk. A twig snaps. And Eustace sort of spins his head around and puts his hand on the hilt of his dagger at his side, looks around,
What's wrong?
and he says, Oh, it's probably nothing. Just give me a sec. This is about the time that deer come out. You know, dusk. Let me just check something real quick.
Yeah, there's all sorts of animals.
I'm
Careful.
going to make a dice roll for Eustace.
All right.
Yep, that's about right. He rolled a modified 4.
Wow.
So he checks around, gives a cursory look, but once he doesn't see anything at a glance, says, probably nothing. All right, Colton, Zwara, let's fire up those horses. Let's get out of here. We need to make a little bit of more distance before we break camp for the night. You hear Zwara up front just give a quick little hup hup, and the horses start moving slowly again.
I'll just start looking around, kind of scouting the area as I, climb back aboard. Not really making much note of it, but nevertheless being at least somewhat attentive.
Yeah. I think Evren also becomes a little more attentive after that, too. Just, keeping the guard up.
All right, very quickly, I'm going to zip over to Nick.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of days of school, this one's not the greatest. Mainly because of how things at this school are not necessarily made for someone of your stature. That's just the way it be. There are some shorter students, there are dwarves, there are gnomes and stuff. But at the same time, there are a lot of classes where they just weren't prepared. So you spend some frustrating classes trying to, basically get to a position, a vantage point where you can see what's going on half the time. If there's a large counter or something needs done up high with, a potion bottle, it's just frustrating. But then, your favorite part of the day, which is when they bring the students out into the small, dusty courtyard that have the stock standard wooden testing dummies out there. And basically they just let the students practice whatever new abilities that they've learned, whatever potions they've brewed. It's just a time for students to test things out. And even though you don't have anything necessarily to test out, you feel like you gotta hit something. Because of how frustrating your day has been. So, in front of you is a training dummy with just a very basic round shield and a stick in the other hand. What do you do?
My first thought was to inflict upon this training dummy all of my frustration, but then I quickly realized that the more competently I harm this thing, the closer I come to giving away my cover.
Mm-hmm.
So I reach for my spell book, then hand hovers, then stops. Reach for my sword, hand hovers and stops, and I settle for sitting back on a bench and giving the angriest stare I can to the training dummy. If I could kill it with a look.
Okay. So in a lapse, you revert and then you realize, I'm not supposed to be doing that sort of thing. Okay. You know what? Roll me a d20.
Flat? Okay.
Yeah, just a flat d20, actually, and add... Let's see. Add your wisdom modifier.
So -1.
Yes.
That's a 17. Wow.
Okay.
Amazing, actually.
All right, so here's what happens. You instinctively reach for your spellbook, stop. You reach for your rapier, stop. And then you realize that you're just there for note-taking. You're not even supposed to be doing this. So you sit back on a bench and you just give the most withering stare possible. Now, we're going to say that one of the last spells that you looked at in the book was some sort of spell that is not somatic. There's no vocal aspect to it. And we're going to say that the training dummy, there's 2 students walking up to it, and you just stare intently at this thing. With a 17, what happens is, basically wherever your eyes are focused on the training dummy, at first you don't understand what's happening because you're not casting any spells. But wherever your eyes are looking, the training dummy starts to petrify in just those places. So it starts turning to stone. So if you're looking at the head of the training dummy, it just starts getting like a thin layer of rock that starts surrounding it. And the 2 students who are walking up to it look at each other and start talking back and forth, kind of like a, did you do that? Did you do that? And they start looking around until the head is completely encased in rock and is now heavier than the wooden pole that it's set up on, and snaps, breaks off, and the head of this training dummy is just lying on the ground. And these 2 students are just looking back and forth, and then one of them looks at you and says, "You there, servant, do you know who just cast that spell?"
I widen my eyes, and then I just shut my trap and just shake my head no very vigorously.
"Oh, how strange." And then they walk off. The second one, who didn't talk, just looking at this petrified head on the ground. And Burrows, I want you to roll perception with advantage.
Ooh, that's still gonna be pretty bad, I think. Yep, -1. All right. That first one's a 10. So 10.
Okay. With a 10, as the students walk away, it's extremely faint. But you feel in your own head just the last couple bits of laughter from the dragon that you witnessed. Just the last couple cackles of just reverberating and dying off, just faintly.
It's frustrating to say the least. Is the effect still going on? Am I still
Nope,
petrifying
you
this thing
snapped
fast?
out of it. It's completely done.
That's worrying to say the least. All right, I'm going to gather myself and make sure I'm not gathering too much undue attention as I hop off the bench I'm on. I have to sort of push off and land, and I move to wherever I must be next, whether that be lunch or the next class or wherever I'm due next in the day.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Yeah. Prima would have saved you a spot at the lunch hall. We will then cut back to the cart as it finally pulls to a stop now that the sun has gone down and there's just the tiniest little bit of light remaining. And Colton hoists a lantern that was hanging on the outside of the cart that they had lit a few hours prior, holds it aloft while Eustace and Zwara start getting some of the camping gear together so that way they can build a little fire pit area and set up some small tents. And so after the cart pulls to a stop, Zana's eyes would open, and then she turns to you two, Marko and Evren, and says, I think I'm just going to go stand where they're making the tents, so that way they don't need as much light.
That's very kind of you.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
I'll stand guard. Nothing will get past me, of course.
Of course they won't, Marko. You're so cool. And then she hops out of the cart and walks over to where they're setting up the tents.
I am just never going to get tired of how supportive you two are.
Yeah, so Eustace and Zwara working together find some logs and some kindling, and they put it on the inside of some stones. And then Eustace starts patting his pockets down and then looks over at Zwara and she says, You remember to buy matches from the Sundry's place in Montrace, right? Please tell me we didn't forget the matches. Zwara says, I thought you were getting the matches.
Oh, well, no need to waste your hard-earned gold or copper or however much a match costs.
Oh, if only
on
you had a
being-
wildfire druid to help you.
Yeah,
think-
she's really good at arson and stuff. She can help.
I think Evren will turn around and help light the fire. We're about to go to bed, right? So maybe, because I don't...
I mean, there's still a few hours before you guys would probably actually go to bed. This would be like probably, since it's the fall, you know, it gets dark a little bit earlier. So we're going to say that it's like 8 o'clock. So you guys would probably still be up for a little bit.
Okay. I don't have Firebolt, but we have Burning Hands, so we're gonna use Burning Hands to
Heck
light the
yeah.
fire. So she'll she'll go over, she'll like start casting like arcane sigils in the air, and then spread her fingers out and just shoot fire out towards the like kind of she'll hold it like kind of like that and like yeah.
Oh yes,
fire.
awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it lights. This kindling is dry as a bone, so it catches pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then Colton and Zwara are looking at you sort of in approval, like, oh, nicely done. And Eustace says, that's right, I'm sorry, I'm just not used to you guys not being, you know, prisoners and whatnot. So asking you guys for help is like sort of weird, but I guess we are traveling together as non-prisoners, so yeah, thanks for the help.
Sure. I can't remember, Max. Did I have Ignatius summon last time?
For flavor's sake, we can say that you summoned him hours before. I really don't care. I'm not gonna worry about, you know, summons.
I couldn't remember.
I figure with Evren, more than likely she's gonna keep bringing Eustace out whenever possible. So I can say that if he wasn't out before, that yeah, you can absolutely bring him out.
So I would have Evren's gonna be like, Ignatius, can you stay here at the camp? I'm gonna go keep watch with Marko, okay? And then yeah, she'll go keep watch with Marko while Ignatius stays at the camp with the others.
Eustace says, let's see. So you guys got the tea. I've got my grandmother's kettle here. This should work. I'm gonna need some water. And then here, Zana, this, I will go find water. I saw some. And he's like, oh, okay, here you go. Be careful. You recall a few miles back that there was a stream off that way in the direction that he points. And Zana shakes her head to the affirmative and takes the pot. And she just says, I'll just be a few minutes. And then she just like sort of traipses off to go get the water.
Careful.
Call if you need help.
Okay, Evren, my best friend, I will do that.
Best friend. That's the first.
Okay, now, Melina, Roll stealth again.
Slay. My disadvantage stealth. Paladin! With their bad stealth. That's 11.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do.
You hear the sound of heavy armor?
What I want, Marko and Evren, I want you guys to roll perception checks.
Sure thing.
Oh my gosh. 21.
That's a natural one. So,
Okay.
yep.
So we're gonna say that how this plays out is Evren was just catching up to where Marko's standing.
Yeah.
And in time, Marko just heard like another twig snap or something. Like there's definitely something out there, but it's dark enough that you can't see outright, you know? The fire's there, but it's small and it's behind you. So, you know, whatever dark vision you have, it just goes off until your dark vision isn't there. Wherever the sound is, it's not close.
Marko, you okay? You look a little on edge.
I get the sense we're not alone here. I don't know if we're in trouble or anything, but something's definitely off.
I didn't hear anything.
Twigs don't snap themselves.
Great. That's what we need.
Hello?
That's not. If someone is out there, now they're gonna. Oh.
Marko, roll
take a weekend.
performance. Roll performance.
That's not what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is that you calling out to them is gonna make them leave. If there is someone out there.
7.
7. Okay. So that was you just saying hello? Like, is anyone there? Like, what did you say?
I said, like, hello? Like, just probing. Like,
You hear your voice bounce off in echoes from some rocks that are in the area.
okay, well, whatever it is, it either can't respond or it doesn't want to respond.
Okay. Well, I have Ignatius back at camp with the others, so.
Do you need to go get him?
No. I'm just saying if he's there, if he needs to help protect them. Not that I think they'll need it, but who knows?
Well, it really could be nothing. Do you
Could
want to
be
look
nothing.
around? Would that make you... Is that okay?
Yeah, I'd rather not be ambushed in the middle of the night when we're sleeping. If someone's trying to ambush us. So. Yeah.
Alrighty. We're gonna search. If you're out there, we're gonna search.
Marko.
I do have an axe, but I'm actually a bit of a hugger. You have nothing to fear.
You hear Eustace from behind you say, "Good thinking, making a sweep of the area. I was just going to do that myself. If you guys want to just secure the area, make sure everything's, fine, everything's
Yeah.
safe.
Yes, you just relax with your tea, and we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
We'll work on the tea. Colton, Zwara, and I just need to review some things about tomorrow."
Okay. Ignatius is with you guys, so I'm gonna leave him with you while we go search, okay?
Oh, okay, cool.
He knows to stay there.
He's pretty defensive, too.
Mm-hmm.
He can really throw a nasty bite, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Alright, Marko, let's go look around.
Right.
So as you guys walk further and further away from the fire,
Mm-hmm.
you hear a voice say, "What was that?"
Us?
You hear footsteps going away. Then you hear another voice. "Is that a deer?" More footsteps going away from you.
It's a man and a woman. Hello.
Finally, you hear one last voice say, "Did you say something?"
I think Evren's gonna start reaching for her scimitar. She's not gonna draw it yet, but she's just in case something happens.
Again, with
Yeah.
each of these
Something's not
voices,
right.
you just it's immediately followed by footsteps going away from you, going away, going away.
They're going away from us.
There is a small tree line, kind of like how trees, things like pines, where they sort of grow in a line.
Mhm.
So there's kind of a natural blocking of sight. The sky is still bright enough that there's still some light up there. So the trees stand out in stark contrast and are very dark. But that's the direction that these footsteps went. And as you guys press forward and you break through the tree line, you are met with a very strange sight. There's a large rock, and on the top of this rock, silhouetted against the sky, is the general shape of some sort of a deer or a stag. And you hear movement to the left and right of this rock. And it takes your eyes a second to adjust, but you can see these little points of light on these figures. And once again, you hear, "What was that?" Then you hear another voice come from the direction of the other shape say, "Is that a deer?" And then the last voice coming up from the rock says, "Did you say something?"
Oh, it looks like you were right. Random person, it is a deer. Quite majestic. Evren, something's not right.
No, yeah, I don't like this.
You start hearing what you can only describe as, if you had to analogize it to something, is almost like a cicada hiss, but it just sounds so much bigger. And it doesn't seem to be made of chitin, like a bug. It sounds more fleshy,
Ugh.
like the rattling of a rattlesnake's tail, but so much bigger. You hear footsteps approach from the right. You hear footsteps approach from the left. And as these things get closer, the points of light become more pronounced, and it looks like there are some eyes. But the problem is, it looks like there's other eyes on this thing, where there
Everett.
shouldn't be eyes.
Do you have a light? Anything?
Hold on. What do I do? I don't know. I don't really have anything like that. Being fire druid, I don't have freaking light. She's digging through her bag. Be like, hold on. I have a torch, and she's gonna light it with her tinderbox and then hold it up.
I also
Okay.
have a torch. I'm gonna start lighting it myself, just
Okay.
frantically.
No, you guys can light up torches. The figures sort of freeze in place while you do that. But once you hold the torches aloft, you see that one of the figures, undeterred, starts moving and moving and moving. And then you hear footfalls getting faster as this sound of hoof beats against the ground get faster and faster until finally this creature is within distance of your torches. Marko,
Ugh.
you see something truly unsettling.
Oh no.
It looks like a deer, but it's wrong. There are too many antlers and too many eyes. And this thing cocks its head to one side and just says, "What was that?"
Look, we're friends. We don't mean any harm. What is this?
The hissing sound, the strange rattle comes back, and this thing rears up on its hind legs and is going to try and attack you with its
Oh
horns.
God.
Oh my
Roll
god.
initiative.
Ah, what the?
Is that both of us
Oh,
or
I
just
hit the roll
Marko?
20. There's a friggin' battle map.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Melina, also roll initiative.
Oh my. Oh, natural
Let's
one.
go. Let's
Natural
see.
1
I'll roll in here.
for a grand total
Where's
of
my
2.
initiative? There you go. That's gonna be 4 for me.
19.
Okay. Okay. So we've got Evren, then Melina, then Marko. I'm going to go ahead and roll initiative for these critters.
Critters.
That is an 18. Okay.
Oh,
Alrighty.
Let's
So-
go. First combat. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it indeed. All right. Let me pull up my little fun stat block over here. Always fun. Okay. So, since you lit the torches, this thing did not get some sort of surprise attack round on you. You could clearly see
Oh,
what was
good.
happening. It just initiated combat with you. That's what we're going to say. So,
Still.
the first thing that this thing is going to do, this creature, this abomination, is going to try for a shriek. This is an ability in which all creatures in a 20-foot radius must make a Constitution saving throw, or else they become frightened.
Great.
The DC decreases by 1 each turn that the player fails the saving throw, until you finally are free of it. But since it's right next to you, this thing is going to let just a blood-curdling shriek out of its mouth. And so I think the only person that needs to be worried, well, let me get the little measuring stick out. Nope,
Nope,
both of
I'm-
you
I'm
need to roll.
Oh,
It's you said a what kind of save?
Constitution.
Okay.
Constitution.
Hey.
DC is 13.
saving throw or just flat Constitution?
Frick.
Saving throw. Saving throw.
That's a 7.
Oh, that's a 22.
Okay. So,
Crazy.
Marko, since you were sort of blocking Evren's view partially of this thing, Evren was not prepared for this thing to let out that shriek. And it truly is an ungodly noise. But since you were a little bit more prepared for it, you're able to steel yourself from running away. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but that means that you cannot, on your turn, Evren, you cannot attack this thing. You cannot run towards it. You have to move away from it.
Oh,
I-
is she feared?
It's
Frightened.
frightened, so I can't
Correct.
willingly move closer to it. And I
Okay.
have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while it's within my line of sight.
Okay. Yes. So on your next turn,
Mm-hmm.
you'll get a chance to roll that again.
Okay.
Or actually, on the next turn, yeah, that's how I'll play it. Your first turn, you're gonna be frightened. The turn after that, you'll get to make a roll.
Okay.
So that means that is that critter's turn done. So now we have to move to the other critters. This creature over here is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet there. And the creature on top of the rock is not going to move
Ugh.
from its position. It's just watching as its friends are approaching you guys. So that's their turn. Evren, you will take your first turn now.
Okay. I can't move closer, but it's too far. Dang it. Okay. Sorry. It's been a minute since I've played her. I need to refresh my memory.
You're good.
On her stuff.
You're good.
Druids, man.
Yeah.
Not
Ooh.
easy.
Mhm.
Okay. What is Flaming Sphere? 5-foot diameter spear of fire appears in an unoccupied space of your choice. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of it must make a dex saving throw. Okay. What about Scorching Ray? Ooh. So she's frightened. So obviously she's gonna see this thing, get frightened, be like, oh, what is that thing? Get away from me! And she's gonna cast in her panic, Scorching Ray. It's 120 foot range.
Oh.
It says you create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets, and she's gonna hurl it at the one that was moving. So it was this one over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So cast that second. It's a 2nd level spell. So I get 3 attacks on that. Okay. I don't know if that 13 to hit. I don't know if that hits.
That does not.
Okay. Second one. Come on, Evren. That's a 24 to
Ah,
hit.
that'll hit.
Okay.
That'll hit.
And the last one is a dirty 20 to hit.
Ah, brilliant.
Okay. So
Okay, so how much damage does this thing take?
Okay, so 2 of the attacks hit, so we'll roll twice. So the first attack was 3 points of fire damage, and the second attack was 5 points of fire damage. So 8 total.
8 total.
Yeah.
We love to see it. Okay, I will update that. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, is that your turn? Or are you going to move?
I can't. No. I'll stay put. No,
Okay, that's
my
fine.
turn.
That's fine. All right, so it is now Melina's turn.
No.
So here's what we're going to say, since I don't want to rob you of all your agency. Why don't you tell me from which direction you want your movement to start from? North,
Like-
south, east, west.
Like here? This side.
That side? Okay. I'm going to go
Yes.
ahead and move over here. I'm going to move you over here. And then I'm going to move you to the token layer. So now you should be able to control your character. If you have a problem controlling it,
Okay.
let me know.
What's my movement? I gotta check. Okay. Okay. I also have one other question, just really quick.
Shoot.
Which one of the weapons did we reflavor for her special weapon? Was it the longsword or the javelin? I wasn't sure.
I think it's the longsword.
Okay. I just didn't want to do the wrong one.
I mean, actually, I don't think it really matters because it's just flavor. The stats remain pretty much the same. So it really depends on which one you'd rather have unchanged.
Probably I'll just use the longsword stats.
Okay, cool. And then I think change the damage type to what? Radiant?
Yeah.
Sure. We can
Okay.
fix all that IRL later.
Later.
But for flavor, that's what's happening. So
Okay.
let's see. So right now, Marko has a torch. And so wherever you end up, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Actually, no. As you take your first turn, describe to the other players what they see rush onto the field of battle.
Okay. So one second. I'm going to move and then I'm going to just
Okay. Brilliant.
There. Can I move my little guy? I don't think I can move it.
Okay, wait.
Does it keep moving the map?
Marko and Evren, are you guys able to move your tokens?
I can, yes.
Let me see. Hold on. I
Sure can.
Click the right button.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So are you on the little mouse? You're on the mouse button and you can't move her?
Mouse button. Okay, now I was on the wrong button. Understand.
Okay. All right. You're good. You were on the hand probably. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought that.
Move away.
Okay. Boop. 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 I'm going to measure something really quick.
Mm-hmm.
35 feet. Or 40. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to, as my action, I'm going to use my channel divinity to do sacred weapon.
Okay.
And I'll send what that does in the chat. So now we have bright light within 20 feet and then dim light beyond that
Oh,
for 20 feet.
wonderful. Wonderful.
Very nice.
And she does the sacred weapon on her battle fans. Well, her special cards that turn into battle fans.
Mm-hmm.
And
So do you want to explain to them what that looks like? Or explain what your
Yes.
battle fans are?
Yes. So Melina runs in. You see like this, she still has full clown getup on.
Love it.
And like teardrop bangs, long hair, elf ears, dirty blonde. And she takes out like this stack of cards, like playing cards. And when she like, when you have like a hand of cards and you kind of play them out in one hand, she does that and they all like solidify together to make fans. And then
Sick.
using like almost like a light from inside her, it like expands through her arm into the cards and makes them glow, and then you get a little bit of light. And then I want to measure a little bit. It's 60 feet, and this was 40. I'm going to bonus action, Shield of Faith on Marko.
Ooh.
Hey, very
Very
nice.
nice.
Thank you.
And that just looks like from inside of you expands like this giant like golden sphere almost. And that is my turn. My movement, my action, my bonus action.
And you would hear Alex say, "Nice opener."
Thank you.
And
I'm
then we
trying.
will it is now Marco's turn.
Well, I take it you're a friend. Huh.
Well,
you.
like, I hope so.
Can we just kill these things, please?
Right, on it. I'm gonna get
That's the plan, girly.
kind of I step
Oh,
into
no.
this tier, and I'm just gonna whack it twice with my battle
Okay.
axe.
Heck yeah. Do it up.
The first is a 23,
Okay, that'll
Very
definitely
nice.
hit.
and the next is a natural 20.
Let's go.
Holy crap. Roll that damage.
Okay. So the first one is 13
Okay.
slashing damage,
Okay.
and the next one is 18 slashing damage.
All right.
As
Okay.
I just hack, like
All right. On the first hit with your axe, you just land just a solid hit. The barrier that's emanating around you sort of spooks this thing. Again, it has so many eyes, it's so bright, it's hard to look at, so it sort of recoils. And in that brief second that it's reacting to the barrier, you just bring your axe down on this thing. But it's on the second hit that you cut this thing in half.
yeah, that's what you get for messing with my friends. Back to the night with you.
Yeah, this thing is
Oh,
wicked dead.
Awesome.
So much damage. Well done.
Let's go.
All right, cool. All right, top of the order. We have the critter's turn now.
I'm gonna expend.
no.
I'm gonna move to face this other thing.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off. Forgot you had movement.
That's all good. I had 25 move. I think I had 25. Yeah, I have 30 feet total, so 25. I'm right up in its face now.
Okay. So you approach this thing. before it has the chance to do what maybe it was going to do, where it was probably rearing up to make another guttural shriek, you rush up onto this thing. So instinctively, this thing is going to try to attack you with some gnarled horns.
Ooh.
Okay,
Alrighty.
great.
The faith gives me bonus AC, right?
Should be +2.
Yes.
+2.
The
Alright.
Shield of Faith does.
Yeah, even with its additions, that thing ain't not hitting you with that. Yeah, so that's that thing's turn. The critter up on the rock is going to hop down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 along its comrade, and is going to try for a shriek. So I'm going to need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty.
DC of 13.
Oh, it's 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
Come on, Marko.
All right.
+6. Come on.
Upon seeing its ally in perilous danger, missing with its horns, this one that was up on the rock had a higher vantage point, trots down, and while it's running up to you, lets out a shriek where, you know, the light from all the stuff that's around you and everything, you just see it coming into your periphery, and it lets out that noise. And Marko, you are now frightened.
There's a lot of them.
All right. Evren, go ahead and make that saving throw, the Constitution saving throw. The DC is now 12.
All right, come on, Evren, please. Yes. All right, let's go. 17.
Awesome. Excellent.
Let's
All
go.
right. You're no longer frightened. Take your turn.
Okay, she's gonna like she was freaking out a minute ago. She's gonna say, get it together, Evren, get it together. After seeing Marko like run towards these creatures. So she is not as fast because she's little. She can probably get like what right there. She only has 25 feet of movement, which is fine. And then. Ooh,
Also, as a reminder, because we haven't done combat in a long time, in this campaign, flanking gets you basically it gives you +2 to your initial attack.
Oh, perfect.
That's how we're doing advantage.
Okay.
I forgot to mention that earlier.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do it because, yeah, we're gonna do it. She's just gonna look at Marko, and be like, Marko, brace yourself, and then she's gonna start casting a spell, and her hands are gonna start glowing, and then she's gonna kneel down, and just press her palms on the ground, and cast Earth Tremor.
Ooh.
So it says here. I'll put it in the chat. Hold on. It's creatures within 10 feet. So I think this is gonna hit Marko, which is why she told him to brace himself.
Okay.
It's okay.
But I think he could take it. So basically, she starts like a mini earthquake. So Marko and those creatures need to make a dexterity saving throw. It says on a failed save, a creature takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone.
4.
Yeah. So.
All right, I will go ahead and roll for these things.
And I cast it at 2nd level, so it's going to be a bit more damage.
That's
Okay. So what was the DC again?
14. Dexterity 14.
Okay. The first creature, the one in front of Marko, failed. I will now roll for the second. That one also failed. Both of
We all
them are going to
failed.
take full damage.
Okay, so it's 2d6 damage. So that's 7 damage, and they're knocked prone.
Okay.
And then I don't know if this is relevant, but it says if the ground in that area is loose earth or stone, it becomes difficult terrain until cleared, with each 5-foot diameter portion requiring at least a minute. Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
All right. Yeah, we can say that those two... The area is difficult terrain because it is just soil.
Yeah.
I will go ahead from where you cast it, or...
So basically, like, honestly, probably like right in front of her. So yeah, then it would have hit all of them. So it's like right here.
And
How do I ping? How do I ping? Wait.
Hold the mouse button, I think.
Yeah, right in front of her, right here.
All right. We'll just say that this area here is difficult terrain.
Yeah.
This grid here.
Ugh.
And remind me,
one.
difficult terrain means that it takes like an extra amount of movement to get
It's
out of that
half
area.
your movement, right? I think.
Yeah, it doubles the cost of it. So
Yeah.
it's like 10 feet per square.
10 instead of 5. Okay. No. All right, cool. Yep, that's what we're running with. Cool. All right. Is that your turn, Evren?
Yes.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna move that to the GM layer. Can you guys still see that? No, probably not.
No.
Here. Sorry.
The square?
I'm gonna put it on the
Yeah.
map layer. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Next is Melina.
Okay, so I'm gonna dash so that I can get here.
Okay.
And everybody is within 10 feet of me. So this applies to them. 1 second. I'm gonna send it in the chat. I have a magical aura.
Okay.
It's called Aura of Protection,
Oh, nice.
and
Very
it doesn't
nice.
say it costs me any action or bonus action or anything.
Very nice.
But so that's just there. And I think I'm just gonna end my turn there because I don't wanna is Shield of Yeah, I already have Shield of Faith on someone already, so that's gonna end it.
Okay. Cool. Marko, it is your turn. You're in difficult terrain, and you cannot move towards the creature that's directly in front of you.
And I'm prone.
And you're
Oh.
prone.
So it's half my movement to get
Get
up.
back up, yeah.
And it's double that, I assume, because I'm on difficult terrain. So I have to spend all my movement just to stand up, I'm pretty
I think it
sure.
only counts for moving through it, right? 'Cause
That's
you're not
only for
actually
moving through it. If you're gonna move through difficult
Okay.
terrain. But standing back up
Okay.
is just half your movement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand up. I'm also frightened. I am going to... I'm going to try to make 2 attacks on
Okay.
this thing in front of me. One down from me.
Roll it up.
Let's see. 12. Oh, that's with disadvantage, right? So
Yeah. When they're in your
Yeah,
line
12,
of sight.
12 will not hit.
yeah, 12 is still not the highest, the lowest rather. All right, let's do one more attack. Okay, the next one, the lowest is a 19 actually.
Very nice.
That will hit.
Mm-hmm.
And are you just
Alrighty.
attacking? Can you attack the one that frightened you, or do you have to attack the other one?
I'm attacking the other one. This one
Okay, so
frightened me,
okay,
and this
to
one,
Yes,
the one
correct.
below me.
You
did
just-
not.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Roll it up. Roll damage.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
That's 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay, that is going to exactly kill this thing.
Let's go.
All right.
Very nice.
So when you bring your axe down onto this thing, the axe just keeps going until you hit dirt.
Still got it.
A little rusty,
Where are
but
these
yeah.
things?
I don't know, but I don't
Okay.
like
My
them.
turn.
All right, excellent. Now we are up at the top of the turn order with this creature, who is going to.
I'll move one this way.
Let's see, what would it do at this stage? It's gonna try. What would it do in this situation? You know what? It's going to try for an attack against Melina. Seeing as how
Okay.
you just arrived, is going to try to attack you with gnarled horns. I'll go ahead and roll this up. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay. That's its attack. It's going to try to move this way. Let's see. Which would mean, with the exception of Marko, because I don't
I'm
think you can
frightened,
attack
yeah.
this thing right now, you would get an attack of opportunity because this thing is trying to flee.
Okay. Me?
So you can go ahead and
You
roll
said?
that. Yes, you get to roll that now.
Okay. And I'm using my playing card fans.
All right.
Woo!
Very cool.
Okay. It's 25.
That will definitely hit.
Very nice.
And I'm going to Divine Smite as well.
Okay.
Oh, dang. Get it.
So I'm
F it up.
going to roll 1d8 plus 2 more for the smite, so 3d8.
Okay.
1 second. That's going to be 11.
Okay. Melina, how would you like to end this?
Let's go.
Hey.
I feel like Melina is trying to impress the new people. So she just like, as it's turning away, she kind of like gets her fan like under the neck and just slices it.
Effective. And then what does your divine smite look like?
I feel like it's like almost like, I wouldn't say, you know when you're like, when you're like sharpening a sword and like little things fly off?
The sparks,
Yeah, the little sparks and stuff.
Yeah, they're like that, but more of like a gold rather than like a reddish.
Okay. Very nice.
And it's like, it shines, like the fan shines a little bit brighter, and then that happens.
Okay. Well, with that, you deftly just kill this thing as it's trying to run away, and all 3 of the creatures are vanquished, and you are out of combat.
Awesome.
Well done. Good job getting a bunch of light in there, Evren. That was good. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It was very good. We could do a music swap.
Yeah. Sorry,
We're going
I was like,
to-
can we get battle music?
Yeah, no. That was perfect. That was perfect. We're gonna cut away to Nick. While these players,
Meanwhile.
these characters are actively fighting for their lives against horrible eldritch monsters,
School sucks.
you arrive in the student cafeteria, where you scan the room, and Prima stands up like on a bench and is just like waving with both hands, and is just like, Burrows over here.
I force my toothy mouth into a forced grin, and I flick over to my exuberant roommate.
He makes eye contact with you as you approach and is just rapidly tapping the empty seat next to him. They saved just for you.
I sigh and I give the area once over, see if there's anywhere else to sit, and then I realize I have to sit next to my over eager compatriot, so I'll clamber onto the seat like I'm trying to hop onto a horse.
Prima looks at you and he says, "How's your day going so far? I got to do some fun stuff in Metal Shop that I think's really gonna help me back home."
Is that right?
Yeah, I got a letter from my sister like a day ago, and it turns out that our family mill is operational, which is awesome. But I do want to finish school so that way in case it breaks, I can still fix it, you know?
Of course.
So,
This whole time, I'm picking at my food, not even looking at him once. I'm not looking at him once. I'm just eating, just like responding as fast as I can after he does anything.
bends down closer to you and in a more hushed tone says, "So, did you get any word about, from the professors? Like, what's gonna happen? You're not gonna have to leave, are you?"
Well, they say no news is good news.
Prima has to stop and think about that for a second. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I was just wondering, like, can they, like, undo what you did in the clock tower? Like, do they have any ideas?
We can only hope.
Yeah, some of the other students on our floor aren't exactly thrilled with good old Edmond right now.
Well, in Edmund's defense, the other students weren't particularly fond of him to begin with.
That's true, but I mean, if they didn't like him before, they hate him now.
I'm more than well aware of that. Thank you.
So, how's the whole, taking notes thing? You think people are buying it?
I would assume if anyone cared to actually investigate for more than a moment, it'd be difficult to hold a cover, but thankfully it seems that everyone's too busy or simply uncaring to take more than a glance at me.
Prima looks like he's got a thought brewing. And he looks around, looks left, looks right. Look, I know that you're not feeling your best today, I know that things are rough right now. And maybe this isn't something you'd be interested in, but I found a pretty nice little table over at the Blind Man's Bailey. We could always cut class and go over there.
Ordinarily, I would have refused you without a second thought, but right now the thought of remaining in this school physically sickens me. So I believe I'll take you up on that offer.
Be honest, might just be the food in the cafeteria, but I see your point.
I glance down at whatever mush we've been eating.
Pretty sure when I looked at the menu today, it said main course ?
They say that the School of Gardening dumps their refuse and waste, and this is what we're eating.
Prima looks at it, says, "Huh, that's good to know," and puts it back down. And then stands up and he instinctively offers a hand to help assist you getting down off the bench.
I wave him away as I awkwardly hop off myself.
Make an acrobatics save.
I'm actually good at that, but I might still fuck it up. I might still screw it up.
I have a DC in mind.
13.
Okay. You wave his hand away and you go to jump. And normally this would have gone perfectly fine. But unfortunately for you, the floors have just been cleaned. And you're not quite used to the, you don't have the same traction that you're used to in other places. And so you hit the ground and you just immediately, both legs go up into the air and you fall to the ground with a crash. And everyone in the cafeteria looks over in your direction.
I'm going to just starfish on the floor and stare at the ceiling for 10, 20 seconds, just blankly trying to reckon with the events that have gotten me this far, and then I will slowly clamber to my feet and walk out stone-faced, not looking at anyone.
As you go to get up, Prima looks at you as you're staring up at the ceiling, and Prima jumps up onto the table and sticks his foot right in his food tray and just does the best just pratfall, just slips, slinging the tray across the room, crashing into the wall as he falls onto the table, sending food and drink everywhere. And everyone starts laughing at Prima as you make your escape deftly. And as you exit the room, you look back over your shoulder maybe once, and you just look at Prima, now covered in just food and slop, just gives you a subtle, just like, wink.
I'm trying to like understand why anyone would do that. Like, was he trying to? No, like no one would be that stupidly selfless.
You can go back to your room, exchange out whatever you don't want to take with you or whatever you want. Prima ends up coming in a little bit later, changes his clothes, and he steps outside of the Mage College. So we will very, very briefly, actually, the first view that we're going to get of Evren will be with you and Prima stepping out of the school. So, looking at this map of Evren proper, being a student for the amount of time that you have been, you're familiar already with the main points of interest. You know about the prison to the north. You know that the Arcanist's shop is directly across from the Mage College. Obviously, you've visited the Temple of the Holy Unification, which is a sort of a place of worship for the entire Pantheon. There are small areas for people to worship their deities, and it's all in one centralized location. You know about the smithy shop, you know about Evren Sundries, and of course you know about the Noirast that you were mandated to take a tour of along with all the other students during your first semester here. And you even had to sit through a trial for one of your classes. Extremely boring. And you had never heard of the Blind Man's Bailey, or if you had, you didn't retain it. But as Prima walks with you out of the Mage College, where the dorms are, you start walking down these streets, and Prima says, "On our way to the Bailey, we could stop by the park in the center and see the 3 fountains."
I suppose I have nothing better to do.
Prima sort of guides you in the direction. Again, this is an area that you don't usually go to. You don't have much need for it. The school has pretty much everything that you needed for your studies. But he walks you down. There's this beautiful line of trees that extends down this central walkway area, and you see that there are 3 fountains nearby in this sort of centralized park that are sort of supposed to represent the Mage College, the Noirast, and the Temple of the Holy Unification. It's the joining of those 3 things, the religious, the political, and then the educational, that sort of put Evren on the map in the first place. And so this is sort of like a memorial park to the city itself. And based on the time of year it is, again, we're jumping time a little bit. It's still fall, but it's not as late as when the other players are having their fight, so it's still the daytime. But I would say it's getting into the latter half of the day. You're definitely past noon. It's probably closer to like 3 o'clock when you guys arrive at the park. And there's just people walking around the park, milling about, children playing, students walking with their textbooks. You even see 1 or 2 people with some paper, making some drawings, some watercolor paintings. Park is just full of people. And as you approach the fountains, Prima just starts telling you all about the fountains and the man who invented them. And he just sort of starts yapping about how these fountains were invented, about how they were a breakthrough. And you know, it just sort of turns into nonsense after a while where you're not really following. But as you walk past the 3 fountains, I want you to go ahead and roll perception.
Well, I'm bad at that. Modified 1.
Modified
Wow.
1. You keep walking. Prima's talking. You're not hearing what he's saying. Roll a second one. You're now walking past the second fountain.
Natural 1. So 0.
You walk past the first fountain, your attention fully drawn to what Prima's saying, and you're not even paying so little attention to what he's saying, you don't hear him say, "Watch out!" And you walk straight into this fountain and just go just end over end, just tip into it. And this would be really bad if Prima didn't immediately pull your head out of the water just because of where the wall is situated. He pulls you out and is like, "Just look at the fountains, man. You don't have to jump in."
My apologies. I thought I'd go for a quick swim.
Primo looks at you and says, "Actually, I heard some students, like every year or so, it's like a whole tradition where they break out of the college and they do go swimming in the fountains, but you don't do that in the daytime."
I'll keep that in mind.
As you keep walking, roll a third as you walk past the third fountain.
18.
18. As you walk past the third fountain, you're still just dripping wet. And as he starts talking again about the tradition that these students have of jumping into the fountains, you look over at this third fountain closest to Blind Man's Bailey. And you can see that there are multiple objects reflecting light in the water, most of which are coins. But with your roll, you see that there is one object that is shining that looks distinctly different from all of the other pieces of coin and whatnot in the fountain.
Can I move to get a closer look at it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll go up to the edge, taking care not to fall on this time, and I will try to see if I can't see what that unique object is.
It's somewhat difficult to see because of the motion of the water that the fountain is spitting up and everything. Prima walks up next to you and says, "They're mighty pretty, aren't they?"
Glancing at the strange-looking object and ignoring his comment, I prepare to cast Mage Hand to pick up the object, realize that I shouldn't be doing that, and sigh and try to see if I can fish it up with my hand.
Prima sees you sort of reflexively move your hand like you're about to cast something, and then you go to reach with your hand. And when you put your hand down into the water, it's not super, super deep, but you're also not super tall. You're able to grab hold of it. I want you to roll. I want you to roll a dexterity check.
Flat?
Dexterity. Yep.
21.
21. You pick up what you now see is a small iron ring with very angled just shaping and metalwork to it. It's strange because there's no stone in the setting. But in the brief moment that you hold it in your hands, this iron ring immediately starts heating up. Like it's just been drawn out of a forge, and it gets red hot in like 2 seconds. But because of your dexterity, you're able to basically toss it, and it hits the surface of the water with a tss, and it just sinks back into the water for a second. Prima looks at you, then looks down at the ring. Says, "That's not right."
Going to raise my non-existent eyebrow and Prima, do me a favor. Grab hold of that, won't you?
Yeah, sure. Prima puts his hand into the water immediately and pulls out the ring, and it starts heating up again. And he does sort of the comical, like, oh, 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 and it just hops hand to hand, hand to hand. And he's just like, find something to put it in. It's really hot.
Thinking quick, I'm going to grab my little ink bottle that I brought earlier, and I'm just going to grab it and shove it. I'm going to shove the ring into the ink bottle.
Okay. It makes that same hiss and then sinks into the bottom, and you can hear it rattling around in there. And it's about that point that a couple other park goers are looking in your direction, but they're far enough away that they couldn't really see what happened. And Prima dips his hands into the water, lifts them back out, and says, I'm no expert, but that seems like a straight up cursed item to me.
Indeed.
Well, this could be good, though. Isn't there like a whole initiative that the school's doing where, like, if you turn in cursed items, like, who knows, maybe they'll give you a reward or something?
Before that, I'd like to know what it does.
That's fair. I mean, there's always the library back at the college, but I don't know if we should go back there since we're, playing hooky and all. But the barkeep at Blind Man's Bailey, he's pretty smart. We could ask him.
Very well, you lead the way. Though I have to wonder why someone would simply toss away an item of assumedly powerful origins.
Who could have been a student. Maybe they swiped it and then didn't know how to get it to stop burning them. I don't know. Usually people just throw coins in and stuff for good luck. It's not exactly a pretty ring, so I guess unless you picked it up, you wouldn't know that there was anything different about it. He walks you down away from the third fountain, and just in your hand, inside of this ink bottle, go ahead, roll an Arcana check.
22.
With a 22, you look down at your ink bottle, and you see that the ring is completely visible in the bottom of the ink bottle. That the water that was still on the ring that sunk into the ink bottle has separated the ink from the water that was on the ring. And so the ring is just visible there at the bottom. And you get the strong impression that there is some sort of weak, small level curse on this.
Let's see. I do have a couple of spells in my spellbook cast as rituals, but those take like 10 minutes to cast. So as we're walking right now, I would not be able to cast them, but detect magic and identify I have. So maybe later I'll be able to cast them. For right now, I'll just keep moving.
Okay. Yeah.
Prima.
Absolutely. The two of you reach the Blind Man's Bailey, and you enter. And this is where we will cut back to our players over post-battle. Okay. So, the dust is cleared. The last of the creatures is dead. And now this strange clown with glowing weapons is standing before you.
Appreciate the assist. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's lovely to meet you too.
I'm Marko Greatheart.
I'm Melina. My friends call me Mel.
I think
Oh.
Evren's just kind of staring at Melina, like unsure of like what to think of this person that just appeared and helped them. And she's just go, I'm Evren.
Oh, yes.
Well, it's a pleasure to
Yes?
meet you, Melina. May we call you Mel, or are we not there yet?
You can if you want.
Oh, that was easy. Great.
Yeah, thanks for the help. Where did you come from? Were you following us?
Well, yes.
And I think Evren's gonna look over at Marko and be like, I think we
Wait.
found our little noisemaker.
Actually, now that I think about it, do I know you from somewhere?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my memory's failing me. Probably due to the fight and the creepy night and
The circus.
oh, you're part of that troupe. Well, we like them a lot. Any friend of
Oh.
theirs is a friend of ours.
Yes. Awesome. They're my family, so.
Are they with you? Are they also following?
No. No, they're not.
So you just okay?
No, don't worry about it.
Do they know you left?
Yeah, let them know.
Okay, they just
Uh,
they seem to be very, at least the ringleaders seem to be very like stick together. So
Oh, I know. But
okay,
it's fine.
okay.
All right, well, as long as you're not breaking contract, you clearly know how to take care of yourself.
Well, we're not really under contract.
Oh. Well, would you like to, maybe tell us or just join us for some tea?
Ooh, what kind do you have?
Well,
It's-
my buddy Eustace over there has a special brew he was talking about, this black tea.
Oh, do you? Okay.
He probably has more.
I
It's not just that.
just like a lot of sugar.
He probably has sugar, I would hope. I could ask
It's
him.
at this point that you guys would hear Colton yell out, "Hey, hey, guys! Hey, you guys good back there?
Had to fight
You guys
some
went really far."
had to fight some creepy monsters, but we're okay.
Yep. Evil things are gone. Found a friend.
Hello.
Colton rushes forward with his javelin in one hand and a lantern in the other, and Zwara approaches behind him, also with her spear. And as a matter of fact, I can actually just put them out here, even though I don't have something for the campfire. I can at least put them out here. So Colton and Zwara show up, and Zwara looks at the carcass of the creature on the ground, and she runs forward to you guys, and she puts a spear up to you, Melina, and says, "Who's this?" Looking at
Oh.
Evren and Marko.
Relax, guys. It's one of the Karnak Carnival folks.
Melina, I think,
Hey.
is her name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Colton runs down to the carcasses of the other two creatures and kicks with his foot just to make sure they're not moving anymore. And
I think
They're
dead.
pretty
I don't really
dead.
know what they are. Or
Colton, with his lantern raised, lowers it to the corpse, then shoots a look over at Zwara, whose eyes get wide, and Colton says, "He did say that there was a possibility we could run into these."
You know what these
And
are?
Zwara said, "Let's talk about this back with Eustace at the fire, shall we?"
All right.
So you guys go back to the fire,
Mm-hmm.
and you see that Eustace has a little, stick with 2 supporting sticks, and then has a kettle hung there by its handle over the fire, and you can see that some steam is emanating from it. And
Okay.
Eustace says, "Zana got distracted looking at a constellation, so I found the kettle full of water by the log over there. And then she just got back, but she's doing that weird sleepy thing in the cart. But yeah, the tea should be just about ready. What took you guys so long?"
We ran into some creatures that you probably know about and we need to talk about.
Yeah, there were these demonic-looking deer, and they talked like people.
They were like, I think they were mimicking people. They kept
Yeah, it
saying the
didn't
same thing
sound
over
right.
and over.
Eustace gets a very serious look on his face, and he gestures for all of you guys to sit down on the logs that they have set up. And he sort of gestures with his head, says, "Who's that?"
That's Melina. She's with the Karnak Carnival.
"Well, yeah, I recognized you from my rehearsals. What are you doing all the way out here?"
Oh, well, I was following you.
You can be honest with him. He's the cannon guy, remember?
Yeah, I do. You were
Eustace just gets like a 1,000-yard. Eustace just gets like a 1,000-yard stare,
Traumatized.
just staring into nowhere, just like eye twitching, and says,
Are
"Yeah,
you-
that
are you
cannon
okay?"
guy. All right.
It's okay. You did wonderfully, actually.
Well,
I
to be
could
honest, I
never.
blacked out for most of it. So thank you. Sorry. Your name is what?
I'm Melina, and I was following you.
Okay, you're Melina, and you were following us. If you wanted to come along, you could have asked. There's plenty of room on the cart. We're just headed to Evren. Is that where you're planning on going? Hopefully so, because we can't really divert course right now.
I was just planning on going where you guys are going. So I guess.
The reason why? We're more than happy to have a friendly face, but
We can talk about it later.
if you say so.
I will say, it feels like she's specifically talking to you.
To me?
Yes, to Marko.
Oh, okay.
I
Great.
Max, if I may. I think Ignatius is back at camp, and I just imagine him like I imagine he would probably start to go over to Evren when she returns, and then he sees Melina, and then he kind of like kind of like she did, like stares at her, like unsure, and maybe like his ears go back, like how cats' ears go back, like.
Mm-hmm.
And then Evren clocks that. And she's like, "It's okay, Ignatius. She's a friend of the carnival."
Yeah.
And then give him some scritches. And he walks over to her.
Well, I'm so glad that you're okay, actually, because Gammon was talking about y'all.
Gammon?
Oh, you know him.
Yeah, he's like my big brother.
Oh,
Oh.
he was just wonderful.
I think Evren's blushing, but she's very obviously trying to hide it. Like, oh, yeah, glad to hear that. And trying to, like,
I think he likes you.
I just start looking back and forth between them.
Yeah, I like him too. He's really cool.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I can tell.
Looking a little redder than usual, Evren.
Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know at all.
You should see it. It's so red.
No, I get it. I get it. There, there's this crush thing going on. I understand.
I never said I had a crush on him.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
crush.
We're friends.
Eustace
We had a
shoots
dance.
up a hand, and Eustace just says,
Yes.
"Excuse me, excuse me."
Yes.
Hey, sorry to
Oh,
interrupt this
sorry.
delightful conversation.
I'm
What
sorry.
exactly did you fight and or kill out there?
Deers, I think.
These
Really
weird,
bad-looking deer.
demonic-looking deers that said the same thing over and over. I think they were mimicking people. It sounded
They
like it.
Shrieked. It was
Eustace,
quite frightening.
Eustace, who's blowing on his tea to cool it off, lowers it, looks at Colton and Zwara, and both of them just sort of solemnly nod. And then Zwara holds up 3 fingers. And then Eustace takes out a piece of parchment that was in his pocket and just makes 3 little hash marks on it. And then Eustace puts it back in his pocket and says, "You 3 weren't originally from Yvray exactly. The only one of you who might know anything maybe tangentially about this is you, Evren, just because of where your clan is.
Mm-hmm.
So what I believe that the 3 of you have just managed to kill are called paraforms. And it's a good thing you got rid of them, because Yvray is going to be very happy to hear that. Unfortunately, unless a lot more of them have died since the last time I came through Yvray, there's probably still at least, I want to say, 2 or 3 of them left. You see, the Mage College, the one in Yvray.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the founders of the school was this old coot named Simeon Carlyle. And boy, howdy, did he do some really messed up stuff with magic. Magic and curses. Not a good combination of things, you understand. Anyways, he died a long time ago, but some of his experiments managed to escape, and the paraforms were, well, one of his many experiments. And, yeah, he started with having them mimic deer, but they weren't very good at it, only except for one. And that was his first test subject. And they called it, what was it called? Paraform Prime, that's what they called it. And then he took off little bits and pieces from that one to make all the other ones. And they weren't so good at mimicking stuff. But they can only really retain, like, short sentences, and it takes them time to practice it. And it's usually, more than likely, the last thing that somebody said before one of them killed it, because that's kind of how it works. So, yeah, good job, I guess. You killed 3 of old Carlyle's paraforms.
Well, if these are failed experiments that are loose, and they honestly weren't that tough, and it doesn't sound like sounds like there's not very many of them. Maybe we could hunt the rest down. Maybe there's a bounty on them. After all, I got I checked my pockets, about 9 gold to my name. Maybe it could give us a good start in Yvray.
Oh, undoubtedly, I'm sure. I can vouch for the kills, so can Colton and Zwara. There always has to be witnesses for this sort of thing, and since we work for, the kingdom, they'll trust our word on the fact that you killed 3 of them, and believe you me, they'll be happy to hear about it.
Well, why don't I run and get the corpses then? We can put them on
Yeah,
the cart.
do we need to bring anything back? Like,
You can go back there if you want, but by this, how long ago did you kill him?
how long ago was it, Max?
It's probably been about 45 minutes.
Yeah, within the hour.
45 minutes, give
Oh.
or take.
Yeah, good luck with that. These things, they don't rot or stay there like regular things. More than likely, they're probably, the only thing that you're going to find back there are some patches of blighted grass.
Mm.
They tend to sort of just slough into nothing when they die.
Well, Melina, Everett, and I definitely got them, and we do have 3 witnesses.
Oh, trust me, like I
Hopefully
said,
that'll be enough.
I believe you. They'll trust me. I'm a
Oh,
known
okay.
quantity in Evren. I'm there all the time.
I can't imagine anybody dislikes you, Eustace.
You'd be surprised. Now, as
I think
to-
Evren just makes a face. She suddenly makes a face like,
if I guess we're having an extra guest, Melina, I suppose you can stay in the cart. Zana's there too. She's probably already zonked. She said she was pretty exhausted before she left to get the tea. You could see the bags under her eyes.
Yeah, it's been a long days of travel.
yeah.
You know, probably missing home, same as all of us.
Yeah, I don't know what her
Yeah.
living situation is. It's kind of strange. But yeah, we'll get to Evren in the morning. But for now, I suppose we'll just hit the hay. Colton, Zwara, you two are on night duty. Just take a couple 3-hour shifts or so, and just make sure that there are no more paraforms in the area, and stick close to the fire in case something goes down. And both of them give him a quick salute, and Zwara looks at Colton and says, "I'll take first watch. You get some sleep." And then she sort of leans with her back against the cart. And unless somebody has anything they want to do directly this night, we can transition into the morning.
Maybe drink
Unless
some of the
anybody has
tea.
something. Oh yeah, that's a given. Well, the last of the tents get set up and everything. People are putting their bedding down for the night. You guys get some tea. And for Melina, there is in fact inside that box there are other types of tea as well. There are some nice herbals. Even one or two, I guess, fantasy equivalents of what would be kind of like chai that come from across the sea.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Melina looks at it and then, like, in her head, she goes, "What kind of tea should we have?"
You hear Alex say, "Go with chai."
Good choice.
Awesome. Melina will have chai tea.
Okay, cool. All right. Like I said, unless anybody has anything else, we'll just transition into the morning.
I'm good.
Do I notice Melina talking to anybody?
She did not say that out loud.
Okay.
It was,
So you would not have
I
clocked
just
any at
kind
all.
of like stare at the tea for like a bit too long, probably.
Well, then I'll probably just give my good nights and head to bed for what I assume is a long rest.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think
So-
Evren will drink some
Long
tea and then
rest.
say goodnight and turn in as well.
The next morning, everything gets packed away. You guys have some eggs that Eustace fries up in a cast iron pan that he has. And you guys get back on the road for the last sprint, the last push towards Evren. And the mood inside the cart is definitely odd with the addition of Melina being there. It's definitely a situation where it's not easy to just start up conversation. Zana is just sort of still just doing her meditations. In the morning, you saw her doing some stretching, but for the most part, she's just sort of keeping off to herself inside the cart. And Eustace, Colton, and Zwara are just taking turns driving the horses. And you guys pass through most of the day. But inside of the cart, go ahead, Evren and Marko. I want you each to explain a training sequence where Evren, you're teaching Marko some sort of magical spell, and then vice versa, we'll do Marko teaching Evren about some of the language. Just you don't have to go super in depth,
Yeah.
but sort of show how what that looks like.
Okay, I think Evren has her little book of flowers that she keeps, right? So I think she's gonna be like, okay, Marko, we're gonna start with Druidcraft first. This is a cantrip that literally every new druid learns. It's literally making flowers. So
all right.
you know my book of flowers I keep with me, and she's gonna open it up. Okay, these flowers right here, and she's gonna show them. You can pick one of these, and I will show you how to do it. These are good, like, starter flowers.
Okay.
So, whichever one you want, just let me. And then you
Alright.
can make up the flower, however it looks. I don't know, just something
I'll just
simple.
pick something very simple, like
Okay.
a common daisy.
Okay. Okay, Daisy. Yeah, good one. Okay.
A man of the people.
Okay, let me read. Okay, so what you're gonna do, it's a verbal and somatic spell, which means you have to speak and move your hands to cast it, right? So I'm gonna teach you some druidic incantations. It's gonna sound like gibberish, but I promise you this is, normal. And then she's
Okay.
gonna start like
Not bad.
she's gonna start saying the incantations. She's gonna have Marko repeat it back to her, like practice saying it and then repeat it back to her. And then after that, he kind of gets a feel for that. Then she's gonna start showing him like the somatic components, like how to move his hands, how to basically craft the flower in his hands. And as she's doing that, he can, or anyone, I guess Melina, anyone watching her do this, can see her hands as she's crafting this daisy glow a very, very bright yellow. And then it's like, the best way I could describe it, I think, is, like a painter with a paintbrush. It's kind of like that. She's just like going very, like, smooth and gentle, fluid, like, hand movements. And she's just slowly like, okay, you have to go out like this, start in the middle, and just take it at a pace that's not too fast for Marko. If that makes sense.
Okay. I didn't think it was going to be brash and heavy.
Not with this spell, no. Some other druidic spells can be a little more brash and heavy, but this one's very, like, gentle because it's crafting flowers from magic and
Well, I wasn't born graceful, but I'll give it a shot.
You think I was? It takes
So
practice.
Druidcraft just happens, right? Like that's not a situation where he would have to roll anything.
No, it's a cantrip.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is, Marko, go ahead, roll performance to see how well you do at it. You will get your flower, but I want to see how well. In fact, roll performance with advantage because Evren just taught you how to do it.
It does say you instantly make a flower, but with Evren's style, she would like take the time to actually make it look good.
Yeah, I
so,
imagine. I like
yeah.
that just for flavor.
Yeah.
All right, well, 18.
Nice.
Ooh. So describe what this looks like, Marko.
I'm just gonna like brush stroke in the air and kind of like imagine I'm painting in the air, like the stem with all of the petals and every little bit and piece of this daisy. And I just close my eyes and I just open my eyes to see what I've created in the palm of my hand.
Yeah, it looks great. Not bad.
Oh, I can't believe it.
You're natural.
Is it really that easy?
That's one of the easiest spells. You get more
Why
advanced.
doesn't everyone do this?
I don't know.
Oh, you gotta.
Eustace pokes his head through the flap and says, "Mostly because most people aren't friends with a druid."
Well, you are. You want to grow some daisies? Do it yourself.
I'm driving right now, but thanks.
You can grow daisies and drive.
He gets a very serious look on his face and says,
No, never while I'm driving.
Marko, just
Who
leave
hurt
him
you?
be.
Okay.
It wasn't my fault, all right? I took my eyes off the road one time and I broke a wheel. Ducked my pig.
Jeez. Okay.
Just leave him be.
Okay.
I'll teach him later if he wants.
What should I do with it?
Oh, keep it. Give it to someone. I don't know.
Well, I would say I'd give it to one of my moms, but I don't think it's gonna last that long.
Yeah. Well, next time you visit them, maybe you can do it for them when you're there, so it's fresher.
Actually, better idea. Hey, Melina.
Yeah?
Hey, you want this? I created it.
Oh my goodness! Melina just takes it. Thank you! Puts
You're welcome.
it like behind her ear.
See, there you go. Perfect. I got plenty more where that came from.
Zana opens up one eye, opens the other eye, and then just looks at what just transpired, and just closes her eyes again.
Pretty soon I'll be making roses.
Yeah. That's a pretty advanced one. You got to get through some of those starter ones before you can do one of those. Unless you end up being a natural and then you get to it pretty quickly. That's always a possibility, but baby stuff.
Were you?
Once I became a bit more patient, yeah. I wasn't very patient at first.
Okay.
So now, Marko, you can give Evren like a very brief rundown of maybe some common giantish words or concepts that you would be familiar with just offhand. Things like how home in giantish is Heim. There's just some very easy concepts that you would be able to teach her.
Well, if you're still interested in learning
Yeah,
giantish,
of course.
well, I know you have a bit of a small form, and that's okay. We can work with that.
Thanks.
You're gonna have. No. It's. I don't think I've heard it before, but we can try it. So, all you have to do is puff out your chest, real big. That's the part I struggle with.
Mm.
And then you got to speak right from your belly.
Oh dear. Okay.
It ain't exactly pretty.
Okay.
And again, if it hurts right in here, stop.
Okay.
Let's not do it anymore.
Okay.
And repeat after me. Mengura buck walk walk.
Do it.
Girl, walk.
Mengura buck walk walk.
Girl, walk.
Lock.
Lock?
Great.
Lock.
You did it.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna take a lot of practice.
Now
Oh.
you know how to call someone a stupid blockhead in Giantish.
Perfect.
That's what everyone in my tribe called me.
Oh. Right. Yeah.
Well, next time we're fighting, I'll give you some power.
It'll be a good intimidation tactic for sure.
Really put them down.
Yeah.
Gotta throw out those hard-hitting insults, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll definitely try to do more once we have more tea.
Right.
I'll try to do more than one per day.
Oh, by the way, what do you think of this? And she's actually normally she had, remember how she had her hair up before? She's actually brushed it and she has it down. Does this look bad? I wanted to try something different.
I think any style would look great, Evren.
Oh, thanks. I also just ran out of the stuff that made my hair stay up, the gel.
You don't have to make excuses for how you look.
I know. I don't know. Wanted something different. New place, new look kind of thing. So.
Zana opens up one eye and hits you with a yes.
Thank you, Zana.
Zana loves it.
That means a lot coming from you. The fashion queen over here.
She shrugs.
You should have
maybe
seen
I'll change it up in the future. Who knows?
Yeah. You should have seen the fashion show, Melina. She looked great.
I heard.
So you work with Gammon?
Yeah, I'm a magician's assistant.
Oh.
And also a little bit of a magician myself. He's my teacher.
How long have you been working with him?
since I started
Which was
with the circus.
when?
I don't. It's been a while.
Okay, fair enough.
Are you jealous or something?
No. Why would
You
I?
see these? I take out my magic cards. I got these from him.
Cool.
He gave them to me.
Great.
Don't worry. I'm not a threat or anything. He's like my brother. I wouldn't gag myself if I had to go out with him.
Actually,
Trust.
Everett's gonna give her a look. Can I roll an insight check just for shits and giggles?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is my insight? Okay, we're gonna use physical dice. 10.
Seems like she's telling the truth, but
Okay.
again, you don't know Melina well enough to even be able to tell if she was lying like off rip. It seems like it's a genuine thing.
Okay.
I
figured.
It's at that point the cart sort of jostles a little bit, and you hear Eustace up front says, "Sorry for the bumpiness. We're getting close. We just hit cobblestones. We'll be at the Evren gate in probably 10 minutes."
Oh, great. Man, I wonder what people we're going to meet. Probably some great ones.
Lots of mages, I assume.
Colton sticks his head through and gives you one of these.
It's where the mages college is, right?
The Mages College, the Noirest, and the Temple of the Holy Unification.
Well, I'm not sure about the Noira stuff. I'll be able to keep up with those folk, but everyone else, I don't think we have anything to worry about, right?
I don't know. If those mages are like the ones I had to deal with back home, we'll see.
What?
They're always just poking their heads in places they don't need to be poking them in. And just causing trouble. And then I get in trouble.
From
Anyway.
your Vray or
Well, I mean,
from your...
I feel like that's everywhere. I feel like everybody does that eventually.
Maybe. I don't know. Ended up in Montrace was the first time I ever left home, so I can't really say I have much experience with other places and people other than that.
A little time
Leaving
passes.
home.
The cart rolls to a stop, and you can see through just the tarp of the covering over the wagon darkens as the shadow of the walls that surround Evren are casting a shadow over you. And you hear some voices, distant, high above you, say something along... It's hard to pick out, but it's definitely something along the lines of, "Identify yourself." And again, just letting us know roughly what time we're dealing with. It's almost the next evening, so we're getting into that 7 o'clock range. And Eustace stands up on the cart and flashes just a small sigil and says, "It's just me. It's Eustace. You know, Eustace." And the voice high above says, "Who?" At this, you hear Colton and Zwara start snickering on the cart. And then you hear Eustace mutter under his breath, "Oh, I thought Cedric was going to be up there. It's usually his shift. This is a first. It's Eustace, you know, prisoner transport guy. I'm a gnome. I drive a cart, usually full of bad people. I'm here like all the time." And the voice just says, "It's getting late into the evening. We're not really supposed to admit someone like this."
And I just like stick my head out. We're reformed. The general requires an audience with us.
Wait.
Me specifically.
You say that, and the guard freezes. Eustace looks at you, and the guard says, "Say that last part again."
general requires an audience? Mr. Tao? Toei? Ugh, it's just face palms.
You hear talking up at the top of the wall, some back and forth. And then you hear the same guard say, "Just give me a second." And then you see him disappear by the parapet, just sort of disappears as though he's just gone down a walkway. And about 5 minutes later of awkward silence, the chains that hold the gate closed start turning, and the gate slowly starts being lifted. And Eustace looks at you and says,
What are you doing? What do you mean the general asked for an audience with you?
I got a letter. That's the only card I had up my sleeve.
Wait, when?
We got to send our letters, remember?
You
I
sent
actually got
one to the
back.
general? About
Well,
what?
Well, I'm still trying to apply to be a knight.
Oh.
Looks like I might be getting considered.
the gate finishes raising, and Eustace sits back down and sort of harumphs to himself as Colton and Zwara continue sort of laughing a little bit. And he urges the horses on, and you enter the city of Evren. As Eustace pulls the cart through the town, that's not the right one. As Eustace pulls the cart through the town, again, the main gate is down here at the bottom, and you guys make your way up. And Eustace looks up at the sky and says,
It's starting to get late. This city does tend to shut down relatively early. There's not going to be time for you to check out the temple or the mage college, the arcanists, the prison, or anything like that. Or the sundries, for that matter. It's all too far. They'll all be closed. The only thing I can think of that might still be open is the Blind Man's Bailey. It's a tavern. It's not an inn. You guys are going to be staying at the garrisons where the soldiers are. Provided, of course, you know, your conversation with the peacekeeper tomorrow if you end up taking that job. But, and then he pulls out another slip of paper from his pocket and says, This is straight from Lionel, and I'm supposed to give it to someone at the garrison, and they're supposed to put you guys up for the evening. It originally said 4 on the paper, looking over at Melina, but it says, I suppose I can just say it was a typo or something. I'm sure there's an extra bed somewhere they can give up. But yeah, we should probably head to the garrison this evening, and then tomorrow you guys will get a chance to meet Soph Wilder. Boy. I'm envious of you guys. It's not everybody who gets to meet the woman who beheaded the Pirate King.
Oh.
That's
Cool.
so cool.
Wow. I assume that the Pirate King was a menace or something?
In a word, yeah. In 2, yeah. He, during the wars, you know, between the Highguard Empire and everything, a long time ago, evidently the Highguard started funding pirates, you know, corsairs. And evidently they made the horrible mistake of sinking a transport ship that was coming from overseas that had the peacekeeper's brother and father aboard. So she joined up with the military, and after a few years' hard work, she finally got rid of him.
That's so cool.
Well, I guess that's justice for you.
Huh, no, it's a girl power, actually, first of all.
Awesome.
Women are so cool.
Zana opens up one eye and just says, yes, and then closes an eye again. And Eustace, as he's, you know, getting the horse to move towards the direction of the Blind Man's Bailey, says,
Yeah, well, she's pretty interesting. She's not nearly as uptight as Lionel is.
Lionel wasn't so bad.
Lionel had the Peacekeeper had a lot going on.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff we
So-
didn't know about until much
so-
later.
complicated man.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, I'd wager that Soph Wilder would rather be out privateering out on the seas. She did take quite a liking to it, rather than being, peacekeeper of one of the most litigious and uptight places in the entire country, but that was her station she was given, so she serves here, but I don't think that she necessarily agrees with some of the more extreme laws that are in place.
That's good to know.
Well, whatever her stance is, we'll be loyal assistants, serve how we can. We did the same before, after all.
Eustace pulls the cart over in the direction of a building with a blue roof, and he hops out and he ties up the horses and says, "You guys can go on inside. I'll be there in a second. I need to hitch all these horses up and get some supplies in order, and then I might jog over to the garrison and inquire about that. I'll leave the horses here so that way we can all drive back up there together later. I'm not gonna bother unhitching them just for that short trek. I could use the exercise being seated all day. You guys can go on inside. The proprietor, he's an old friend. His name's Cambridge Hess. He's a really cool guy. Oh, and when you go in there, you're gonna notice that he is blind. He's not super uptight about it or anything, so don't feel awkward in any way. Super nice guy, great conversationalist, like me. Anyways, I'm gonna go take a walk over to the garrison, but yeah, you guys can head on in."
Okay.
All right, we'll catch up with you.
All right, we will now cut over to, believe it or not, Nick. Nick,
Hello.
you and Prima are sitting at the table that he told you about, when all of a sudden, 4 strange-looking people walk in, and I will give each of them the opportunity to describe what you see as they enter. We'll go ahead and start with Marko.
Want me to
What does
describe myself?
Yeah.
Burroughs see? Describe yourself.
All right. I would say you see a 7-foot tall Goliath that has to hunch down to enter any doorway, but you see an imposing, intimidating figure. But when his head raises up, when he's able to stand, you actually see a bit of a clumsy grin on his face, kind of gawking at everything around him. You swear, if you squint at his face, you can see the faintest of faint violet embers emitting from a hardly perceptible mark on his eye. He's got a jet black faux hawk and a variety of dark tattoos snaking across his eyes and arms, and it's contrasting with his pale white skin and his soft muscles. And he wears a vest of plate armor, and you can see that all the other pieces of equipment that he has is kind of mismatched, and it's all a little dull looking, a little beat up. But you see actually a very nice purple sash draped across his breastplate.
Evren?
Okay, and then probably honestly walking in next to him, you see a 4-foot tall female forest gnome. She has fiery, bright orange and yellow hair, has like a little circlet wrapped around her head with like a red gem in the middle. And then on her eyes, she has makeup or eye markings or something that like kind of like go down like this on her face. And then she's wearing these black and like fiery orange, like this black and fiery orange outfit with like little pauldrons and little like I don't know what to call it, like fur, like very light fur. Probably wearing like just simple plain brown leather boots. It's just kind of like walks in, looking around, kind of taking everything in. Bright blue eyes, Yeah.
Melina?
Melina is still fully dressed in her clown outfit, clown makeup, like bangs, like longer dirty blondish hair. The only like distinct like part of her makeup is like little like almost like teardrops painted onto her face. She takes the time in the morning to be like, I have to get this right. Yeah.
Okay. And then, of course, you would see a dark-haired Aasimar. You would know an Aasimar mainly because she seems to be like just you can tell that it's an Aasimar. There's a very otherworldly look about her as she walks in. But yeah, so Prima also looks over at the other end of the room where these people just came in, and then looks back over at you, Burrows, and says, "Well, that's a colorful cast of characters."
Oh, I forgot. Elf ears and is 5 foot tall.
Yeah, without even looking up, I go,
All right, Nick, what do the players see when they look over at you?
So, with his feet dangling from the chair he's sitting on, I would say about 3 feet tall, a
God.
kobold with like ice blue scales, dressed in garb that's a little too ornate for, casual wear, sitting straight backed at the table sipping tea. He has his hood up and his orange eyes sort of glow lightly within them, and doing his best to appear as regal and refined as one can.
As you guys walk into the blind man's bailey, you see somebody standing behind the bar, which I will actually show you guys a different POV. So the gentleman standing behind the bar, again, like you were informed, it's very clear that there's no pupils that you can see. Just his eyes are just pure white. And he stands behind the bar in almost what looks like clericals. They're very similar to like priest garb. And he is absent-mindedly just messing around with some bottles and stuff. But after the door swings shut, after you guys enter, his head turns in the direction of where you guys are, and you see him put down whatever bottles he had and put both hands on the counter, and he just says, "Well, how do you do? How can I help you today?"
Hi, we're new in town. We just wanted to come in and maybe grab some food and a drink. If you're not closing up yet.
No, I don't close the doors just yet. Otherwise, what would all the night owls do without me?
Fair enough, yeah.
You can seat yourselves wherever.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, thanks.
Okay, where do we want to sit, guys? She'll kind of whisper to the others. Looks around.
Wherever. I don't really
know
care.
where to start, to be honest.
Hmm.
Almost forgot what it was like to be in this situation.
Yeah.
Melina's gonna go over to this chair.
Zana would
and just
follow
sit.
closely.
Come on, guys!
Okay, and go follow them wherever they sat.
And
Marko?
I'll sit down to be like, wonder if they have wolfsbane here.
That might be a Montrace specialty. I mean, they could, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was a exclusive.
Well, whatever its equal is.
Yeah.
I think that was really impressive. Might score some brownie points here, you know?
Yeah, says the guy that could down it. Yeah, and apparently
After-
no one else could.
After Evren says, I think that might be a Montrace special,
Mhm.
Prima, who has his own mug, would look up over at your table
Mhm.
and say, "You guys just talk about Montrace?"
Yes. And look
Oh,
over
yeah,
at
we-
him.
We just came from there.
Oh, small world, that's where I'm from.
Oh, really?
Were you a shepherd?
He gets off the chair and walks over between you two, Marko, Melina, and says, "My name's Prima Lochran. Nice to meet you."
Oh,
Nice to meet
Oh,
ya.
are you
We know
related to
Philippa.
Philippa?
Yeah, I'm her kid brother.
Oh yeah,
oh, no way.
she talked about you. I think. Yeah,
Yeah. She still dreams of starting up that windmill.
yeah. We were helping her with the mill.
Oh, wait, you guys were the ones who helped her with the mill?
Yeah,
Yeah.
should be up and running now.
Zana just shrugs and says, "Yes."
And she helped us in return. She was very nice.
Yeah.
No kidding. Hey, Burrows, pull up a chair.
Oh, you from Montrace too?
Sort of pulling up my hood and like hunching over more, like I didn't hear what he said.
Oh, don't mind him. He's just a little down in the dumps. It was a hard day at the college. We're both students there.
The Mage College.
Yeah, the Mage College.
Hmm.
They offer a lot of different, forms of study. One of them is more mechanical and artificing and that sort of stuff. That's what I'm there for.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, could help with the mill.
Yeah, I'm hoping since you guys got it going, I can at least prevent it from stopping again,
I don't know if you know. You probably know it if you're studying artificing, but mending, the cantrip, perfect for that.
Mhm.
Very good. Highly recommend it.
He pulls out a notebook and starts feverishly writing. And then from behind the counter, you hear Cambridge say, "All right, what can I get all of you?"
Do you have any
What
kind
do you
of...
have?
Oh, or that too. That works.
What are we drinking tonight, folks?
Do you have anything that might be considered impressive to down?
Mm.
At that, Prima looks at you, looks at the bartender, looks back at you, and then looks at the bartender, looks at Cambridge, and then Prima says, "I think what my friend is saying is he wants to try a Carlisle Calamity."
That
Ooh, I want that. Me too.
If you just have some honey mead or something, I'll just take that. I'll let these two have the fun.
Zana just holds up a hand and says, "No." It's that point that Cambridge says, "All right, let's see, we got 1 honey mead and 2 Carlisle Calamities. Coming right up." And you see him deftly turn around, grab some glasses, without even bending down, grabbing these bottles. And then you see him put on like a very thin leather glove. And you see him take his hand, his fingers, over the lip of the glass and then just have his index finger down. And then he starts pouring. And as soon as the liquid touches the tip of his index finger, he stops. And then puts it back down. And he does that for the drinks. And then he pushes them onto the counter. And Prima walks up, grabs the tray, and then walks back with the tray, sets it down on the table. And then Prima spins around, looks at you, Burrows, and says, "Hey man, are you sure you can we can pull up another chair?"
I sigh, realizing that the jibes aren't going to stop, but also I'm smirking a little bit because I want to see these out-of-towners try to take this drink on.
I'm not. I'm
as
just
I
drinking
smile,
honey
like
mead.
really dumbly
The other
as,
two.
as he brings the tray to us.
Okay, so what I want for both of my Carlisle Calamity drinkers is I want you to roll Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
All right, Mel. Bottoms up for friendship.
Yep. You said con save, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
19.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 7 for me.
Okay.
Oh dear.
All right. So you guys, I'm assuming, clink your mugs, Evren included, and you guys go to down this. So how would I describe this flavor? Okay. Marko and Melina. The only way that you can describe this would be like drinking liquefied warheads.
Ooh. Yum yum.
But with like one of the most like immediate heating, just like rums, just like immediately following. And it's strong. You can tell that this is going to stick with you a little bit. And Melina, you are most definitely going to be a little inebriated very soon. I will tell you precisely when. Marko, you're able to drink this, and you are successful at slamming the drink. And Prima looks just dumbfounded and looks at both of you, Melina and Marko, and says, whoa, this isn't one of those. You're supposed to sip this one.
No, it's all part of the plan, you see. See, someone else is going to come up, and they're going to sponsor us now.
Marko, that's not how that works every single time.
I mean, it could happen.
Look
it did
around.
before.
No, look around. Is there anyone else in here?
No,
Besides,
it's just Cambridge, Burroughs, and Prima.
It's just us, buddy. I don't think it's gonna happen again this time.
No.
I mean, someone in the window could see.
Yeah, someone upstairs.
Oh. And she'll look over at Prima and be like, he did this back in Montrace with Wolfsbane.
Yeah.
It's kind of tradition.
Well, at least you three, I mean, two of you saw it.
Prima gets this starstruck look in his eye and says, "You took down a Wolfsbane?"
Yep, I'm 2 for 2.
Wow. Isn't that something? And he like very roughly like nudges you, Burroughs.
Yes, I suppose it's very impressive. Our giant friend here goes drinking from place to place.
Yep, whatever Devier can throw at me, I can probably take it.
How admirable.
You just hear
Thank
Cambridge laughing to himself behind the counter.
And then Evren's just sipping on her honey mead, like, all right.
It's good. It's good
pretty-
honey mead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ugh.
How much do we owe you for the drinks, sir?
For the entertainment? Nothing.
Mighty kind. See, that's what it's all about right there.
Mm-hmm.
Melina, are you okay?
I'm
Just
fine.
You see an Aasimar with black hair walk through the front door.
Oh,
Hmm?
Hi.
Mm, hi.
Oh, good you caught up with us, Zana. We're sharing drinks with these two strangers in a tavern.
Oh, I love strangers.
Not when they're nice.
We found, like, kind of like walk over. Hello,
Go
stranger.
ahead, everybody roll perception.
Okay.
okay.
I'll roll my physical dice for this.
Play. That was actually really good. Where's my perception?
Nat 20?
I need to
22.
stop rolling my
Does this
physical dice.
include myself?
I got 19.
That's a 10.
22.
22,
I need to stop
20,
rolling
19.
that. It's not doing me any favors tonight. So
Natural
Max, you
20,
said it was
baby.
perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, perception.
Okay, 1 second. Oh damn, that's a nat 20 for a 24.
What?
Slay.
What?
So
22.
Evren, who was
28.
mid sip of honey mead.
Yeah.
Zana.
Everybody who was sitting at the table, you see Zana walk into the room, but Zana's already in the room. Zana walked in with you.
I'm gonna look
You
over.
look over into the corner by the hearth, and Zana's standing there.
Oh, good. Does Zana have a twin? Because,
I don't think I'm
I don't think
there
so.
yet. And I look at the bottom of my spine.
maybe we're having the same hallucination.
Yeah, I don't have a twin. I have a sister, but not a twin.
Is that your sister?
Nice?
Oh no, I would know if I saw her.
Mm. Then who's she?
He looks like me.
The thing that walked in with you that looks like Zana is standing by the hearth, awkwardly shuffling one foot to the other, and just says, No. No. No.
I know what it is. It's one of those paraform thingies.
Just
The
as
what?
you say that, the strange hissing sound that you heard in the fields happens again. This time it's emanating from the thing over by the hearth that looks like Zana. And in a flash, the form of Zana half melts away and gives way to a truly nightmarish figure.
Oh boy.
Slay?
Instead of Zana, it morphs and it shakes until it is sort of a halfway between what you fought the night before and Zana.
Lovely. Great.
Why?
It's evil Zana! No!
Why?
I told my therapist evil Zana can't hurt me!
Why does it have to be like
Yeah.
All right, Prima is gonna back up, run
Yeah,
to this
leave.
table here,
Yeah, good idea.
and Cambridge is just sort of like listening for what's going on, but it's unmistakable, the loud shriek that emanates from this paraform creature. And I want all of you to roll initiative.
Alrighty.
Let's
Let's go. Also,
I
hi.
roll initiative.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the party.
Oh.
Roll first, then hold your roll. I'll ask for your initiative.
Oh, come
As
on.
a
Okay, where's mine? Okay.
You're joking. Alright.
I didn't know
Would
the
like-
dice in D&D Beyond could be cocked on the side of the screen.
It can. It's crazy.
Did it?
I'm gonna just decide
I mean-
which one.
I'm gonna say if it did, re-roll it. I don't care.
No, it gave me an honest roll.
Okay, all right. Evren,
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
what was
got
your roll?
8.
Okay. And Marko?
3.
Okay.
Alright,
Alrighty.
Zana.
And Melina?
18.
18. Alrighty. And Zana?
23.
Wow.
To nobody's surprise.
Walks
All
in
right.
ready to go.
The Zana
And-
roll, I almost forgot.
Nick?
20.
20. Okay.
That's higher than I think, Aasimar ever rolled for his initiative.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and roll for this thing. Rolled low. Rolled a 9.
Awesome. That's good for
All
us.
right. Yep, it is good for you. Okay. So, all right. We are officially in combat. So, starting at the top with Zana.
Okay. Okay. I gotta remember how to play a monk again.
Right? I know.
All right. fuck it, this thing looks like me but is not me and is creepy, so I will use all 45 feet of my movement to get right up in there
Heck yeah.
and just throw some punches. First
Very
one is a
nice.
17 to hit.
That will hit. Roll damage.
6 damage.
Okay.
Second attack is just a 12.
Okay. That second one does not hit. But
Okay,
you
cool.
successfully just land just like a solid hit on this thing.
Boom. Okay. And then bonus action, I punch again because I can just do that.
Heck yeah. Punch again.
If at first you don't succeed, you roll a nat 1 and miss anyway.
Oh, bummer. I'm going to say, since you rolled a nat 1, you whiff and you're prone.
Damn.
You
I
swing
put a
with all your
bunch in
might,
there.
and so you're in the same spot, but you'll have to stand up at the beginning of your next turn.
Tried to kick and I lost balance.
Something like that. You came in hot, ready to go. We like it. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right, Burrows, you're up.
All right. At this point, I'm just happy to have something to vent my frustrations onto. So,
Heck yeah.
Valid.
all right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
Can I spring over the table, like Musketeer style?
Amazing.
Right here?
Yeah.
Acrobatics
Yeah.
check or just
No. You've been waiting for this all day.
I do sort of like I do a Dukes of Hazzard slide over the table. All right.
I need
All right.
this.
1, 2, 3. Diagonal that costs extra. I always forget.
That's just all 5.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right. First bonus action, I'm going to cast Shadow Blade.
Okay, excellent.
So for my bonus action, I'll cast that. I summon a Blade of Shadow as 2d8s, and it can be thrown. And I can summon it back with a bonus action as well.
Sick.
Concentration spell. And so as a Blade Singer, my extra attack lets me use a cantrip as well. So my first attack's going to be with throwing the Shadow Blade. Second attack's going to be a cantrip.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to toss the Shadow Blade. It uses my intelligence. Yep. So 2 hits would be... I'm so dumb. Oh, there's no 2 hit on D&D Beyond. Oh, no. It's fine. I'll just roll my other thing and we'll add 1 to it. There you go. 20.
That will hit. Roll
All
damage.
right. That will be... $10 psychic damage.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
And then for my follow-up, I'm going to cast Mind Sliver.
Okay.
It's an intelligence save, DC 15.
All right. Let me roll that up for you. Yeah, this thing rolled terrible, and it has a -1, so it fails.
All right, so it takes 2d6, and it gets 1d4 from the next saving throw it would make, minus.
Okay.
6 damage.
6 damage. Okay, got it.
I slide over the table, toss a Blade of Shadow, and I shove spikes into its mind.
This thing is... You did a sizable chunk of damage to this thing, and you have its full attention. Okay, we are at Melina's turn.
I have a question really quick.
Fire away.
It's about spell components.
Okay.
what I don't have any spell components.
Uh-huh.
And this one spell I need to cast with a platinum ring.
I believe the way it works is that, I could be wrong, I don't know how everyone handles it, but as long as there's no cost associated, you can hand wave a lot of the components. If there's a cost in it where it's like this costs X amount of money, you have to have the actual materials for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if it's a spell that you have trained for and practiced with and prepped, that you would have the materials for it. We're not gonna get into the minutia of that. I will say, before you take your turn, be aware that the drink that you slammed has now taken effect. So what that's going to mean is you're going to be attacking with disadvantage.
Okay. So I like to cast Warding Bond.
Okay.
But the components is a pair of platinum rings.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Slay. I'm gonna go. Oop, wrong button again. I'm gonna go here. And as I pass Evren, I'm going to touch, like, praise her a little bit. Like, not fully touching because that would be weird with a new person.
Yeah.
But, like, kind of like almost bumping, but, like, it's a ghost. And it's going to cast Warning Bond on Evren. And I will send what that does in the chat. And then that's Warning. Wait, nope. I forgot to copy and paste.
That's your aura.
That's my aura. That's just always up. There's Warning Bond. Pretty much, you touch a creature, and as long as you're 60 feet, you get a plus to AC, and we half the damage, and I take half, and she takes half.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Very cool.
I do that, and it isn't concentration, so I can also cast a concentration spell, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So I'm also going to Shield of Faith, Zana.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right.
And that's going to be my turn.
All right, cool. You want to tell Zana what that is mechanically for Zana, what that means?
Zana, you get plus 2 to AC.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Okay. Here's what happens, okay? We're now at Paraform Prime's turn. And it's soaked up some pretty heavy damage already. You guys got some good hits in early, right?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what happens, okay? Alright. So, Zana rolled in and did a total of 6 damage. Swiftly afterwards, Burrows came in and you did what, 10?
10 plus 6.
6, 16. So 16 plus 6. So 22 damage. This thing is going to activate one of its abilities called Copycat.
Oh no.
Oh.
Paraform Prime can replicate the last attack made against it. This attack does half of the damage dealt to Paraform Prime. So, it's not stacked, it's the last successful attack, which in this case was Burrows, with a total of 16. And so, Paraform Prime, upon seeing Melina rushing up, casting protection spells left and right, and now there's like a shield sigil over Zana, this thing just, from its extended arm, the same blades that Burrows shot out, some of those reflect back at you, Melina, and you're going to take half of that. So you're going to take 8 damage. What type?
Psychic.
Psychic. Which also means that that is halved, and now Evren takes half of that. So you each take...
Yeah.
One way, or is it...
Does it? It
Reread
says you touch another creature,
Each
target, blah, blah, blah. You-
Each time it takes damage, you take this. So when I take damage, then I think
I just
Melina
take the full force.
Oh, you just
then.
take it. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. He still does the same thing. You
Yeah,
get
yeah,
hit.
yeah.
You get hit for that.
Okay. Awesome. I take it.
Phrasing.
I'm a take, baby!
This thing is going to, this Paraform Prime is going to move, let's see. It's going to move 5, 10, 15, and that will spark an opportunity attack from you, Melina, but you'll be attacking at disadvantage because of your alcohol situation.
Oh god.
I take out my super cool magical blades. Well, not blades, battle fans. And I actually rolled them really good.
Katana style, nice.
Actually, though, 21 at disadvantage.
Very nice. That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Awesome. That's going to be 10 as well.
Okay. Yep, this thing's looking pretty hurt. Let's see. That was its ability. That was its movement. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's gonna let out a shriek.
Oh god.
No.
Here we go again.
Okay.
All right, so anybody within 20. So that is Burrow, Melina, and Zana. All three of you go ahead and roll a Constitution save.
Add plus 1 because of my protection aura that I always have.
Oh, cool.
Well, that doesn't help.
So 19 plus 1 to be 20 total.
Okay, you're good.
And
That's
it was a what
nat-
save? I'm sorry.
Constitution.
Con. Cool.
That is a spicy natural
That's a
1
19.
for a 4, including the bonus.
That's a 19
no.
plus 1
All right,
equals
so
20.
Zana, this thing moves so quickly, rushes around you, and is just all of a sudden behind you, lets out this piercing shriek right next to you, and you are currently frightened. So on your next turn, you cannot move towards it, etc. And then on your next turn, you'll roll again at a lowered DC to see if you can snap out of it. That's the Paraform's turn. It is now Evren's turn.
Okay. Be like,
Because I'm like, yeah.
I think Evren's gonna be like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. And she's gonna use her action and her one of her wild shape slots to summon Ignatius.
Okay, excellent.
So he's on the field now. Like, Ignatius, get it! And then she's gonna use her bonus action to command him to use Flame Seed, which is a ranged attack he has.
All right,
So-
let me do this here. Okay, you should have control of him now.
Okay. I'll roll for his Flame Seed. So it's plus 6 to hit. Okay, I don't trust my physical dice right now. So I'm gonna roll d20 plus 6.
I thought we had to roll online for combat.
True. Shoot. I don't know. I don't think it has a...
It's preferable if it's set up. If it's not in the moment, just do whatever's quickest.
That's fine, yeah. So 5 plus 6, which is 11. Or wait, is that math? Wait. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11.
Yeah, that's 11.
Did the music just cut out? Or am I dumb?
No, it did. I think it. Oh, it never.
I don't know. I don't know if an 11 hits.
It does not, unfortunately.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, he'll shoot out a flame seed. It misses, and then yeah, I think that's it for us for that turn.
Okay. All right. We are at the bottom with Marko.
Okay. The farthest I can move is right up here. Unless I take a dash action. I can't really do much. Yeah, I'm just gonna dash and get right up next to it.
Okay. Because again, Zana is also prone and frightened at the moment, so that's a good move.
Yeah. to assist Zana, and that honestly, that's all I can do. Really, I don't have a bonus action I can use.
Okay, it is Zana's turn. So you're currently frightened of this thing. You'll get a chance to roll next turn.
Okay.
Currently, you're frightened.
Okay. So well, if I move, it might attack me. So I'll at least stand up. I'll stand up, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Damn you, frightened condition.
Okay. Alrighty. Is that your turn?
Yeah, it keeps it
You're
simple.
no
I
longer
guess.
prone, which is that's good.
Yeah.
Burrows, you're up.
All right. All right. Using my bonus action, I'm going to recall the Shadow Blade,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We're all
Okay.
just gonna.
Flanking, right?
Yes, so you get to add +2 to your initial attack.
All right.
Plus
so
2 to
I'm
hit.
Gonna I'm going to add Booming Blade to my first attack, and the second attack will be normal attack because I do have extra attack.
Okay.
All right. So Booming Blade first.
All right. Roll it up.
You with the.
Finish.
Ooh, not going to hit.
finish
Nope.
this.
10.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
right,
Go
then-
for your second attack.
All right. Then a normal Shadow Blade attack next.
All right.
Another miss. 12.
Okay.
oh.
Damn. That's
Dang.
the turn.
All right,
This
but
thing's a
you're setting
good-
you're setting up some people for advantage, so that's something. And you got over there. All right.
Somebody boxing the other side.
All
Yeah, you
right,
already
we are at
know.
Melina's turn.
You know, I had a good turn. I got a bad turn. You know, the universe works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Mhm, exactly.
You already
Can't
know.
win 'em
You
all.
already know.
Okay. All right. What are you doing?
Fight back, motherfucker! Fight back!
We strapped it. And then I'm going to. I'm just gonna 1, 2. Not really. I'm just gonna hit it.
Okay. Roll it up.
Well, at least try to. At least try to hit it with my super cool battle fan
Okay.
playing cards.
Very
21.
nice.
21 will hit. Roll damage.
I'm going to divine smite on top
Okay.
of this using just first level. So this is just the basic damage,
Okay.
and then this is the smite damage. So 19.
Oh boy.
19 total damage.
Yeah.
Paladins, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm marking that down now. Alrighty. Cool. Alrighty.
Sparks fly.
Yeah. You're messing
Divine
this thing up.
sparks.
Yeah, this thing's hurting. This thing is hurting. All right. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. It is now the Paraform Prime's turn.
Oh boy.
Surrounded by foes, it is going to let out a shriek again. It is going to try
Everybody
desperately.
+1.
Everyone gets a +1, but everybody around Paraform Prime needs to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh
Okay.
god! damn it,
Awesome.
Except for
No.
Zana. You don't have to roll again. Your DC
Oh, damn.
will still go down next time.
Ignore that.
I got a
button, then.
10.
This
We'll
18
bank-
does not exist. Do not use.
We'll bank that one for your next turn. Your con
Thank you.
save there,
There we
Zana.
go.
14.
I
I
go
assume that's
hitting
just
buttons
too
again.
low.
Let me double check this. No, you just passed.
Oh, I'm goaded.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Loaded with the sauce. 22.
Marko, what did you get? 22. Okay, and then Melina.
10.
Okay, so you are currently frightened.
I'm
Paraform Prime is then going to. It's gonna try and hit. It's gonna try and hit Burrows with some gnarled horns.
Oh,
Okay, I am getting an AC
Jeez.
bonus from Blade Song, so I will have 19 AC.
Yeah, that's fine.
Slay.
This is good. I'm learning classes. Paladin and a blade singer.
Okay, that
Oh, no,
is.
actually, no, I never started doing that. Never mind. I didn't start doing that. My bad.
Oh,
So I have
damn.
15 AC.
Either way.
I'm in Shadow Blade.
Either way, this thing's not going to be able to hit you this turn.
Oh, thank goodness.
Even with its added stuff, that's only an 11, so it will not hit you. So you're good. That's its turn. It's not going to try and move. It's surrounded. Actually, No, it's not going to move. It's surrounded. Back up at the top. Or no. Sorry, Evren, your turn.
Okay. She is actually going to like try to like look and try to get an angle between Zana and Marko. Be like, oh, I better not hit you guys. And she's gonna cast first level. Wait, no, it's a second level spell. A second level Scorching Ray.
Ooh.
So that's the 3 rays of fire. Okay. So first attack. 14. I don't know if that hits. I don't think it does.
That unfortunately does not.
Okay. Second one.
Oh god.
That was almost a nat 20. God damn it. Okay.
Aw.
Okay, that's a better one. 24.
Ooh, that's definitely going to hit. Roll damage.
Okay. So roll damage for that. So that's 2d6 plus. So it's 9 damage plus she gets a thing. She got a new feature when we leveled up. I'll put it in the chat. Hold on.
Ooh.
Where she gets a little boost. So I think she gets an extra d8. So it's whenever she casts a spell that deals fire damage or restores hit points while her wildfire spirit is summoned. You roll a d8 and you gain a bonus equal to the number. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, we're gonna use that
cool.
for sure. So it's 9 plus 4. 13. Total.
Okay, 13 damage.
Mhm.
All right, I am noting it down.
Cool. And then
All right.
that was
Is that your turn?
I think that was my action spell, right?
Mhm.
Yes. And then
The fire.
And then Ignatius I can command as my bonus action. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have him try to do another Flame Seed attack.
All right.
So that's okay. Where'd it go? Where did this stat block go? There we go. Okay. That's a d20 plus 6. No. That's our turn. That's a 3
Okay.
plus 6. So.
All right, Marko, you're up. And you attack with advantage.
All right, let's do
Or
that.
sorry, you gain +2 to your attack. I keep doing that.
That's
It's
okay.
+2 to attack.
Let's give him the old 1-2. So that'll be 24
That'll hit. Roll damage.
and 14.
That second one will not.
Okay, so just one hit. That's
Yep.
okay. All right, 11 slashing damage.
11 slashing damage. Okay. Got it. Yep. Yes, sir. All right. All right. This thing is looking like on death's door. This thing is barely hanging on.
Come on, guys. We can do it.
All right, Zana. You rolled your Constitution save earlier and you passed. So now that takes
Okay.
effect at the beginning of your turn. So now you get
Cool.
your turn. You are not frightened anymore.
Punch. Punch. The 1A maneuver. Let's do it.
1A! 1A!
Yeah.
Come on, Zon. It's pretend to
That's-
be you. Get it.
All right, Zana. How do you want to do this?
Let's go.
Hey,
Oh,
it's only right, you
fucking-
know.
Alright. Well, it's probably overkill. I'm hitting damage button anyway because it's funny. Alright. I stand at 8. Sure, I guess 8 does it. Stand up. Get like the ringing out of her ears from that shriek earlier. She's like, okay. I am sorry, but I have had a very long day and you are not fun. And she's just going to just like boom across the jaw.
You hit Paraform Prime with such ferocity that the strange substance that the Prime is made of separates at the neck from the amount of force that you are pushing on this thing. And the head of Paraform Prime flies off the body across the room and splats into the wall.
Oh.
Jesus.
Who?
Oh, he's just some guy in the underwear.
All right, we can cut off the action music. Well done, everybody.
Yay!
Awesome job. All right, so the dust settles across the room. Whoa, I'm hearing my own voice in somebody else's mic.
I think
so
it's Annie.
loud. Oh, okay,
Uh-oh.
my bad.
1 second.
Yeah, I could hear
That was
that
about to
too.
be really like annoying for you guys.
Hello?
You still
I think I can.
Yeah, I
Yep.
can hear it.
can't.
We
I
can.
I don't know how to fix that, is the thing.
Check your Discord settings, maybe? Is it your output messed up?
Let me. I don't know.
I can. I was just gonna step away from the mic further, but it doesn't. Hello? Ah! Now I'm not hearing myself anymore. Wait.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Is that good?
I think. Yep, we're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
I
good.
don't hear anything.
So, the paraform, like I said, is dead. You guys have killed it. Well done. And all that good stuff. After the fighting settles down, Cambridge, who was behind the bar, stands back up and just sort of to the room openly just says, "Is everybody all right?"
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be a witness to this kill?
This is a blind guy.
Cambridge stands there silently
Oh.
and says, "Well, Prima,
Marko.
what does the thing look like that they just killed?" And Prima, leaning out from behind a chair, says, "Oh, it's big and it's scary and it's purple and it's gross looking." And then Cambridge says, "Yep, that's it." He turns around and you see that there's a chalkboard up behind him. And he takes a piece of chalk and he puts one hash mark down.
You might want to put like 3 more of those.
Yeah, we've had run-ins with these creatures.
Out in the woods or on the way here.
Cambridge whips his head
Oh, that
around to your
sounds
group.
fun.
Cambridge whips around his head to your group and says, "Are you guys being serious?
Yeah.
You guys killed 3 of them besides this one?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on our way here.
We have witnesses. They were planning to say, but yeah.
Zana, it's at this point that you would realize that the thing that you fought earlier was one of these same creatures. The thing that you killed as well.
Oh, and one more tally mark. This is like, I got one of these too.
As he's writing them down,
That's 5.
he counts out and then looks across the direction of your group and then over where he heard Prima's voice and says, "Well, I'll be. That's all of them. All of them accounted for."
All in a day's work. Or 2 days. Less than 24 hours.
Prima looks at you guys and actually runs over to where Burrows is and says, "You all right, man?"
Well, I'm a bit queasy after seeing that thing in action, but other than that, I'm quite all right.
Who actually got hurt, guys?
I'm okay.
I'm fine. Seems you all held up quite well.
I mean, like, who took any damage at all?
I'm good. I'm healthy.
Not a scratch.
I'm all good.
Okay, so
You're
just
kind of awesome.
I'm gonna lay on hands myself. And I'm gonna
It's,
just heal all the way 8.
It's at this point that the door would swing open and a figure would walk in. I don't have I guess I could do it in like 10 seconds or less to see how fast I can do this. But a purple-skinned tiefling walks in wearing some rather professorial robes. And she scans the room and sees the remains of the paraform and then keeps scanning the room until she spots Burrows. And then she points with one of her slender fingers and she says, "You."
Would I recognize this person?
So yes, you would recognize this figure because she is a friend of your family's, and she is also one of the professors at the school. This is Professor Leolda Fenric.
Ah, well, I see. Prima, it appears I'll be off to the stockades.
Dang.
She steps in and she walks over and she doesn't look at any of you guys. She actually looks over at Cambridge and she says, "What happened here?" Cambridge says, knocking his knuckle against the chalkboard behind him, and just says, "These out-of-towners just cleared the last paraforms." Her eyes go wide, and she looks at all of you, and she says, "We'll have to make a full accounting of this tomorrow to the Peacekeeper. I'll let the heralds know that they can update the count. This will be a relief to Evren. People can finally stop worrying about a changeling in our midst. I'm sorry I don't have time to congratulate you all fully. This one is due back at the school," pointing to Burrows, "and you as well, Prima."
Well, they were a big help, especially this one here, Burrows. Quite the magical savant, actually.
Is he? Well,
Yeah, I saw it.
I suppose that in his truancy, at least he was productive. And she sort of smiles to herself, and then she again points with her finger and just sort of waves forward for the two students to follow her.
Surely my indispensable nature in dispatching this horrible beast would be notable, correct?
She turns, looks down in your direction, and just says, "I suppose it could be mentioned in your review tomorrow morning."
Every little bit counts, I suppose.
She again looks at you and just sort of goes, "Indeed. All right, come along. Let's get you two back to the dorms."
Definitely go easy on them. They deserve congratulations, even.
Marko, don't.
Well, I mean, he's kind of right.
Professor Leolda turns to your group and says, "I'm sure I'll get the chance to meet you all officially tomorrow. But as it stands, these two need to be back in the dorms as the curfew has begun. I congratulate you on your hard work today." And she bows deeply. And she says, "I'll make sure that the Peacekeeper is informed on your activities. Cambridge?" And Cambridge turns in her direction. She says, "Buy them one more round on my tab." And then she leads the two students out. Prima pointing at the bar, looking at the professor, saying, "Couldn't we stay for like one more if you're paying?" and she looks down at him and says, "Don't press your luck, young man." And she walks the two students out of out of the blind man's bailey. And for time's sake, since we've already gone over when we were supposed to end, sorry.
It's okay.
You guys exit the blind man's bailey, and you meet back up with Eustace, who takes you guys to the garrison, which is obviously a place where some soldiers usually stay. And you guys walk in. There's a very bare bones, like just stone sort of entryway, and almost a little mini guard post. And on the trip to the garrison, you guys were able to fill Eustace in, who takes out his scrap of paper, makes the requisite hash marks, and upon entering the garrison, whispers something to one of the guards, and he gets this shocked look on his face, and then he goes to a chalkboard behind him and puts down all the hash marks until that you see that there are 10 total. And one of them sort of shakes his head to the affirmative, knowing he has a job to do, and he exits the building. And not too long afterwards, you can hear a loud bell being rung near the garrison. And there is, in essence, 3 bell hits initially, and then it goes quiet. And then you just hear slowly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then it goes quiet. And Eustace waves for you guys to follow him back into the barracks, where there are some very just Spartan beds. It's nothing fancy, but they are, they're beds.
Yeah.
And that is where you guys will spend the night. Meanwhile, of course, Burroughs is being led back to the college dorm where he and Prima get back to their rooms. And right before you close the door, Professor Leolda stops the door from closing and looks down at you, Burroughs, and says, "Tomorrow morning, early, I've been instructed to bring you before a special council to decide what to do."
A deep sigh, and then a nod.
Don't be that downtrodden. Given your family connections, it probably won't be as bad as you would think initially. Add on the whole paraform business today, and who knows? It could add up to something. But if you have any other aces up your sleeve, you might want to play them.
Prima bumps you with his elbow and says, and mimics the ring, pointing to a ring finger.
Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. I was told that I might be rewarded if I were to bring an unattended cursed item to the college's attention.
Yes, that initiative has been in place ever since Carlyle's death, seeing as how there are many items littered throughout Yvray that contain latent curses from that man and his reckless research. If you bring that to their attention, that might also help you. The initiative is still in play, so they'll have to honor that.
Something to keep in mind, I suppose.
Look, you must understand, Edmond, that if I were on this council, you know that I would sort this out in a heartbeat, but this is out of my hands. Though I'm a professor, this special council is something else, something different, something that I'm not a party to. I was not invited to sit in on this process, so I'll do what I can for you, but I honestly don't know what you're to expect tomorrow.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I've relied on my mother and father far too long to bail me out of my own mistakes.
Well, to be perfectly honest, I think they're a bit more afraid of your aunt than they are of you.
Most people would be. Most people should be.
This is true. All right, the two of you need to get some sleep. I'll take my leave now. And she closes the door behind her. And the party, the rest of you guys at the garrison, have a few moments. Melina, the drink has completely worn off by this point.
Okay.
You're feeling in your full faculties again. And you, before you guys go to sleep, there's a couple other soldiers who sort of filter in to take their place at their bunks. Some of them give you odd looks just because they weren't expecting to see you there. But then you can see just how tired they look. So they just sort of go to sleep. And so there's just a brief moment where the four of you, or sorry, yeah. Got to do math now. Where the four of you have a chance before you guys go to sleep to say anything you want to say, but make it brief.
Okay. Well, today was fun.
Yeah,
There.
that's a way to
Another
describe it.
glorious day in the pocket.
Marko, do you want to have a chat?
Sure, absolutely.
I'm sorry, guys, but could you come over here? I want to have a private chat.
Fine
Oh
with
yeah,
me.
fine, whatever.
I'll hang out with Zana, our
I
real
didn't want
Zana.
to say hi to my friend.
Oh,
Well, I will be right back.
okay. We'll be over here waiting.
Wasting away.
Yep. Oh.
Okay.
Well, I might have overheard something
Okay.
back at the, I think the place was the Groggy Bee.
Yeah, we'll already miss it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was something about voices? That's why I followed you.
Voices?
Yeah, you heard voices, didn't you?
I haven't shared that with many people.
Yeah, that's because I overheard you from the window.
What were you? Oh, okay. What is this? Yeah, I've been hearing voices.
Well,
I don't quite understand it yet. What interest
between
do you have in this?
between you and me, you can't tell anybody. You have to pinky promise. You won't.
Sure.
Awesome. You and me are the same.
Oh,
I hear
yeah.
voices too.
Oh,
Well,
that's
one
nice.
specifically. Do you hear multiple or just one?
I haven't really been able to get a beat on it yet. Still figuring it out.
Maybe I can help.
I would most certainly like that. Something a little bit more clear, something a little bit more concrete. All I know is that it has something to do with these dragons. I've never seen a dragon.
That's interesting.
What about
Um,
you? Does yours have to do with dragons too?
I'm not sure. All
It
I
sounds like
know,
we need to go see a priest or a doctor or someone.
maybe. What? But. Does yours have a name? Maybe ask if it doesn't.
I'm I haven't thought to ask. I'm always just so dumbfounded. Usually it's a nightmare.
Maybe try to talk to it.
Try if I'm not too scared. Absolutely. Do you know yours? What's yours' name? Did you ask yours?
His name is Alec.
Wow.
He might get mad at me for talking to you, though. I'm not sure.
Well, Alec doesn't have anything to worry about. If you can hear me in that head.
Let's see. Alec would say, "He seems too soft to be evil."
Yeah, probably. You're probably right. She's saying this all out loud in front of you.
What?
Oh, Alec thinks you're too soft to be evil.
Well, okay. I mean that is kind of the vibe I'm going for.
Maybe talk to yours and it'll talk back. And then we could like bond. I've never had someone with voices before.
Well, tell you what. I'll go to sleep tonight, and when I awake in the morning, if I have another one of these dreams, you'll hear every detail I can possibly recall.
Okay.
Evren's been teaching me how to write. Maybe I'll start keeping like a dream journal or something.
Ooh. I should do that too. That sounds fun, actually. Well, we can
Alright.
go back now.
It's a deal
I
then.
just wanted to ask you that. I don't want them to think I'm crazy. They just met me.
Well, feel free to tell them too. They're quite understanding. I don't think they'll
Maybe
see you any different.
maybe when we fight a few more monsters. You
Yeah.
know who you can rely on after you've killed a couple monsters with them.
Yes. Perilous battles do often bring out the friendship in people. Trust.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hurries on over to the others.
Yep. Everybody on their own beds. I imagine, like Ignatius, like curled up, lying on top of Evren.
Actually, can I add something? While Marko and Melina are off talking
Yeah?
on their own, I think Evren's gonna be talking to them, be like, apparently she works with Gammon, and they're like I don't know. Apparently, and like that weapon that she's using, he gave it to her. I don't know. And then she accused me of being jealous, which I'm totally not jealous, but still.
You are not jealous.
I'm not.
He
fine.
needs to remember who his attention needs to be on, right? Like, come on. You're like,
She did.
She's a star.
She did say he was looking for me, I think, or something like that. I don't know. So I mean,
oh, see, you are apple of his eye. You have nothing to worry about.
thanks, Zana. I know it's stupid, but it's been bugging me. It
Most
shouldn't.
boys are.
That I didn't mean that. I meant me being bothered by.
No. Oh no, but I did.
Oh. But yeah.
It will be okay. And if this man betrays you, just tell me. I'll get him.
Okay. I don't think he will. I'm letting my anxiety get the better of me. I'm sure it's nothing.
Oh,
But
it happens to the best of us.
yeah. Anyway. I'm glad you're back. The real you.
Oh yeah, it was such a long way to get here.
Was it?
Yeah, fought one of those things, and then I was like really tired by the time I got here, and then we had to fight another one, so I'm so tired now.
Oh, I started teaching Marko how to do druidic magic, and he started teaching me giant. And I'm not. Go ahead.
No, she just said cool.
I think she's gonna attempt to like say giant like something in. I'm not gonna do it again because I don't remember what the phrase was, but like
Mhm.
just to show Zana, I'd be like, it's a little rusty. I need to do the. He says I have to puff out my chest, and I'm not. I'm 4 feet tall. That's
Oh yeah,
not.
lots of baritone
Yeah.
come from diaphragm.
Yeah. Anyway, not to talk your ear off. Yeah.
Oh no, this is
Get
good
you
time
caught
with my
up.
friends.
I'm glad you think so.
Oh, we both been busy. I got offered a job doing things, and I'm like, man, this is going to be exhausting.
Well, you'll be good at it. Oh, did you see my hair? I changed it. Well, I put it down. I'm not styling it anymore with gel or anything.
Oh yes, it looks very nice.
Thanks. The
It looks
doppelganger.
kind of like when you like run into battle, it looks more like flames because it's so unbound.
Oh, thanks. I like that. She'll kind of like play with it a little bit.
Mm.
But yeah, giving Ignatius scritches. Okay, I should probably get some sleep. We probably have an early morning.
Oh yes, very long day.
Yeah. Anyway, good night, Zana.
Good night, Evren. This is good to see us everyone here together again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
As you guys clamber into bed, and specifically, real quick, if I may, when you guys had your fortunes read by Theo, I want to make sure I'm remembering this
boy.
correctly. But Marko, you got the skull, right?
I did.
Okay. As you lay your head down on the pillow and you close your eyelids, I want you to go ahead and roll me a history check with advantage.
That would be an 18.
With an 18, you lay back, and just as you're about to fall asleep, the image of a pale hand holding a skull with its jaw flapping loosely, all of a sudden, it starts talking again. And the only thing that you hear in your head is Carlisle.
Carlisle, that's your name?
We will end with this epilogue.
Oh shit.
The night air smells like winter for the first time. It's harsher and colder than Montrace. Despite the curfew, every noise from outside sounds like people moving about. Though you peek out the windows from time to time, you see nothing. You feel that some pockets of this city never go to sleep. And that is where we will end.